and welcome to your Thursday Night Delight. I myself am doing my best impression of Sean the right way while he's down there in the dark void. But I am Brent's Bricks, and here with me, as always, is Sean. He's on the road still, but hey, he's here, man. I'm just happy he made it. And then above him, we have Max from West Coast Bricks. And today's very special is Firebird Bricks. You like how I said that like you would, Sean? We're going to let it ride out because I think Sean would, right? Sean, say something. Are you staticky still? Let's test you out real quick.
Go.
Okay, that wasn't bad. There's only one word, but... And together, all four of us tonight. And I'm on my new setup, so I'm happy everything's working, but we are a couple of brickheads. Is that like you do it, Sean? Is that right?
Very crispy.
Is that close enough?
It sounded good.
Yeah. It's my best Sean impression. Yeah. Dude, this is crazy. I have a lot of new weekly pickups this week that are helping me out with this new setup. And 1, 2, 3, we're out.
Holy
Oh, almost started again. Loop. Stuck in the loop.
Nice job.
Guys, we're here. I feel like a whole new man. I have a mic. I have a laptop. I have a new webcam. Like, this is crazy. I've done...
You're so crisp. I don't even know. You're all grown up now. You know?
Dude,
you don't need us anymore.
I've done 82 episodes on a phone, man. And like...
How's it feel? How's the emotions?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm stoked, man. It like once I get my actual Lego room finally set up and I get lights, I'll feel like way less of like the weakest link in terms of like setup. So this is sweet, man.
Looking clear.
I like this is like usually I literally had my phone, like my current 13 Pro as my computer. And then I'd have my old iPhone looking at the chat. And now I just have a computer like a normal person.
And the comedy is you could have sold the 12 or the 13 and gotten a laptop.
Yeah, I know. I don't really know.
That's the comedy of the whole thing. You could have got like a $500 computer.
I could have, but shout out to Sean because he sent me this one like the good friend he is. So
that's right. I sent you a laptop and a webcam. I'm like, it's time to,
It's a heck of a
as you guys know, I was moving and I was like, oh, I have this stuff, and that's a shame on me. I should have sold that stuff, but no, we'll pay it forward to Brent, so he can get it in the mind.
Dude, I'm not laggy. Like usually my audio is okay, but like my camera was laggy and was all that. So guys, Sean's here this week, but last week, shout out to Hive and Richie from Our Toy World for almost being more than guests. They were like subbing in for Sean's absence and all that. And so big shout out to them.
Yeah.
They were more than guests. They were hosts last week. So that was awesome. It was a great stream. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. But we got a laptop now, boys. We got a laptop. I'm looking at comments. The only thing I don't have though is the Girth Gang song.
Play that.
But I got something for the chat. Guys, I mean, we're just gonna kind of
honestly, I might change it to that. Yeah. All right, can I do the intro on this one, bro?
Yes,
Ladies
please.
and gentlemen, look, we might not have all the equipment, okay? I'm calling you from a phone tonight, and I promise next week we'll be back in great the one and only, the soon-to-be world-famous Girth Gang, brought to you by the sweet sounds of the free bed music that came with StreamYard. Yeah. Run it down, Brent. Run them down.
All right, guys. Without the Girth Gang music, I just feel a different vibe with this one.
Yeah.
But tuning in, checking in first.
Makes me want to do stuff with the Girth. I mean, wait a minute.
Makes me feel like I'm in a high-end cologne commercial, and I'm just like, get yourself a bottle of A-Cobb.
Yeah.
You want to smell like used bricks? Do you want to smell like a freshly cracked open box of Lego?
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. Anyways. So, what up, chat? Am I gonna talk at this tone? What up, chat? We got Will Hoarder, Hoarder 66, tuning in first. Lego Men 360. Giovanni, what is up, Giovanni? I just realized I can throw these up on the screen as I'm talking. GLS, checking in early. Getting this chat on. We got.
GLS.
Please have Sean.
I'm here, but Brent's still hosting, baby. I'm in for like the first hour, but sorry, guys. Yeah.
We got Nubby. My body is ready, says Nubby. We got Calvin. What's good, Calvin? Just bricking around. We got Titanium Jay. What up, Jay? We got Amanda Books and Bricks. Oh, I'm losing my music, but maybe it'll kick back. And if it doesn't, that's all right. We got Bricklock. What up, Bricklock? Okay, I can talk normal now. The music's gone.
Yeah. Oh, it's back, man.
Oh, here it is again.
You know it's back.
Devin reinvented. That's a good name. Goes with this song. Devin reinvented. Stud City.
Hashtag Girth Gang.
What up, Stud? Oh man, it's too funny. Nate Baker, what's good, Nate? Moments of the magic. What is up, moments? Did somebody say Mayo? What is good, Mayo? ID Snipe. Speaking of the devil, Brick Hive. What is good, Brick Hive? KU. What is up, KU? Ninja with the bricks. Did somebody say she? And we got Mac. We are seeing it. Girl Bricks a lot. Shout out to Nicole. What's good, girl? I feel like never mind. This whole beat is just like I feel like I gotta talk so smooth, man.
Man, that mic, I'm telling you.
Jacob Neely. I know.
You're doing to be a smooth jazz DJ.
I bought a decent mic. I didn't buy, I didn't go crazy. Shy time is my time. What is good? Welcome in. Welcome in.
What's going on, Shy?
Shy time in the building. Shy time in the building.
These are. You know what, Caleb? You're part of like two of the wackiest episodes, and that's what we like to do here. So these have both been wacky.
We'll be back. We'll be back to normal, Sean. Whenever you're.
I don't know, man. I'm calling from random locations with my face in the dark from now on.
It's kind of cool. It's something different every week. What up, King McBubbler? What up to Darth? I don't know how to say your last name, and I'm not going to. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I don't know if that's a real character or not. Star Wars fans make fun of me. All right. Anyways, I gotta stop this song before it plays again because I'm
You're gonna lose the entire.
You're gonna lose it.
It's 10 more minutes of just that music and me just reading the chat.
What's up, Big Bubba? What's up, James Smith? Yeah. Right.
What up, everybody tuning in? What up?
Man.
What up? But yeah, Girth Gang, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll have your normal song back again like next week, I'm sure. And anyways, man, before we forget, episode 83. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hit that like and sub real quick while you're there. I know we always forget to talk about liking and subbing and all that good stuff. Subscribe to everybody here. Subscribe to my channel, Max's channel, Firebird's channel, Sean's channel. Sean has a channel. It's not about Lego. It's an ASMR channel where he's just like, yeah.
Don't sub to my channel. Sub to ACOB.
No, I was kidding. I didn't even know you had one out there. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Merch, we got merch. Always forget to, do all this promo stuff. I'm still, getting used to it, but we got merch, guys. Get in the chat. Well, Sidious is in here, so he'll probably drop the link in the chat and we'll pin that up there. But we also have it in our bio on Instagram. So also follow us on Instagram and Max on Instagram and Sean and Firebird. Follow us all on IG. Leaks and reveals, guys. We got something new. I mean, I guess we can. I don't know. While we have you here, Sean, do you want to get into this newly revealed set? I got it ready to throw
let's
up
get
here.
into the. Yeah, let's get into. It's very exciting.
You cut out a little bit here, but I do know you're excited about it. But here we go, guys. We have. Guys, let me know if it works. Is it work? Do we see this?
It's working.
It is working.
Again, hey, Brent did a screen share.
Yeah. For those of you that are just tuning in, I've been doing 82 episodes of this podcast on my phone, and thanks to Sean and a little bit of help from Amazon, I made a decently legit setup happen. Anyways, guys, enough about my new setup. Let's take a look at this thing, man. It's a Jedi temple, but maybe not the one that we've had in our minds, that we're picturing that we could get. But yeah, I mean, I did put up. Well, this is worth mentioning before everybody gives their takes. I did put up a little survey or a poll, I'm sorry, on our Instagram. And I said fire or nah. And 56% of people said fire. 44% of people said nah. But 15 votes for fire, 12
Yeah.
for nah. What are you guys thinking?
Yeah, I'll jump in on this one real quick. I don't know, people that are dogging it, like it's a 4+ set. It's doing what it's designed to do. You know, it's going to be a little overpriced boy. We all know that.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out if I like the do. I think for a lot of people it's going to be a fig pack, and then you got a sort of sweet Jedi, emblem there. Noticing a little more on the back. You're getting a different Yoda, I think, for the first time in a while, even though it's a cartoony Yoda. I think this is, the fig collectors are just going to have to suck it up and buy this one for the figs.
Yeah.
I do like Yoda's outfit.
Yeah, the white.
Problem with the cartoony Yoda, as long as the skin tone matches, I suppose you could swap a different head on there if you wanted to be more methed out. I read today. I read somewhere like this Yoda's coked out and the other one's methed out. So,
yeah, this is Yoda in his younger days.
Yeah, if you want a more tradish Yoda with that outfit, I suppose you could do that. But overall, man, I mean, I'll get it eventually. I bought price, but yeah, I'll get it when it's on sale, right? I mean, we kind of have to.
Yeah, I think this is like it's just one of those sets that you just find it on sale.
Yeah. It's giving me Spidey and Amazing Friends vibes. I think I'll get my daughter to watch the show, and then maybe I'll actually want to buy this thing.
Yeah, yeah. Max, I know you're definitely not picking this thing up for full rip, but are you at all, even on a heavy discount, going to touch this thing?
Oh yeah, dude, 1,000% for the figs. Pretty
kind of dope, right?
Pretty dope. Honestly, I'm loving those New Republic capes that I'm coming with. So
yeah,
definitely want hopefully like a heavy discount, maybe like a $20, $15 boy, get a couple
printed pieces, man. So
yeah, but those parts are going straight to the bin. I'm not even building that.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's like a printed. At least you've got like the printed like Rebel logo on that. Probably like they don't do stickers for this, so. Well, actually, that's not a brick. Actually, I stand corrected. It's all really.
It's like a mold piece.
It's all, you can see it here. Well, it's separate from this, but did Sean drop? Is someone else trying to come in?
Yeah, he's back.
It's me. Does this sound better? I took off my AirPods. Everybody was saying my audio.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Oh, that is better. Nice.
Gear. All right.
I forgot that Max can let him in.
Hey.
Yeah, so I think that printed piece up here under the tree is separate, obviously, and you got this like all one piece there. But yeah, I mean for the figs, I mean, especially if you're like someone that wants to collect every Star Wars figure out there, I mean, this is, you get 3 in 1 pack. Before my take, oh, by the way, Sean always has a like a short name for everybody. Sean, what's your go-to for Firebird here? Are you going fire? Are you going bird? Or are you just going? What's your thoughts, Sean? He always has short.
Oh, I have to shorten everything. First of all, can you feature Firebird and take me off? Can you slide him up?
Yes.
He's the featured guest. You don't have to full screen him. Just slide him up.
Full screen.
Oh,
feature.
slide him up.
There it is.
Just grab him and slide him up. There you go. No one wants to see me.
Oh, Max can do that. There we go.
I'm gonna go. I like Bird.
Bird's kind of sick.
We got Bird on the show tonight.
For sure.
With it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry I dropped. I had to fix my audio again, guys. Thanks for riding with us. We'll get this back on the road. Max, you were saying it's a fig pack for you, pretty much.
Oh yeah, definitely. And those parts. I mean, the symbol, little mold piece is pretty dope, but all those pieces are straight to the bin.
That purple hair piece is looking wild. I also kind of like how she's got a gold hilt with the purple blade.
Yeah, that's
kind of tight.
I liked it. Coked out Yoda. Shout out to Nicole. Did you guys call out the super chat?
Oh my God, Nicole, stop that. What are you doing? Yeah, sorry, chat. You'll have to. Where is the?
He's learning.
There it is. Sorry, I'm just waiting on my
You getting
computer here. Nicole,
But yeah, shout
thank
out
you
Nicole.
so much for just dropping $10 and not even saying anything. You know you don't need to do that.
She's on a plane to the Final Four game.
Wow.
Oh snap!
Catch the rest on replay
Dang.
if she's still here. But yeah,
Fun times. Hell yeah, Nicole. I'm jelly. I was recently in a college stadium, but it was for a concert, but it was for the Buckeyes that lost to Virginia Tech, unfortunately. But hey, they're doing better than the boys. So anyway, guys, enough of that basketball talk. This set's pretty cool. I think so. Firebird, what's your take on this? Are you touching this thing ever? Waiting for a heavy discount, or?
I think for me, it's going to be heavy discount. I mean, like, for me, when I'm looking at sets, I'm looking at figs, but I'm also looking at the parts value.
Yeah,
Because
nothing
mock
good in here from
building, and you know, parts wise, this thing is kind of whack, to be honest.
Yeah.
So for $40, like, no way. But you know, 15, $20 if I see it sitting around in a year, maybe I'll pick it up. I mean, the figures are cool. I want it for 2 out of the 3 figures, I guess, because I don't care about the Yoda. But that's just my take.
Yeah, it really comes down to the figs, honestly. But I think so. For me, I'm remembering back, to when I was a kid. If I was getting 3 Jedi in like a small set, I was geeked. So I think for kids, especially, Lego Man says, are there new hair pieces? I believe these are, at least this purple one looking like a new hair piece.
That looks like it.
But the other one, I don't think I've ever seen either. At the same time, though, that purple hairpiece, it's looking a little rubbery to me. Maybe it's a friend's hairpiece, but I don't think I've seen this one either. But yeah, I mean, it's a fig pack if you don't really care about the source material. But I have a 7-year-old, so I mean, she's probably gonna watch this and see the set and want it, and hopefully she doesn't discover that it exists until it's on a discount.
It does seem kind of weird to me, though, that they would give the 2 Jedi like movable legs, and then Yoda has just got the straight legs.
Oh, does he have short legs? Yeah,
that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I think he does. Does he? Does he
why?
always have short legs?
I'm pretty sure he does.
They've never given him mid legs, I believe.
Yeah.
Even though mid legs,
he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, anyways, guys, that's that new Jedi Temple set. Let us know in the chat if you're getting that. Put some 1s in the chat if you're getting this, 2 if you're not. Or just leave your opinion. Anyways, navigating around here. Appreciate you all so much for popping in. I'm piloting the show officially for the first time. So, bear with me. But anyways, so we did, this is kind of the only big reveal. But Sean mentioned earlier before the show, what are we snagging on April 1st? What are we eyeballing on these sets that are coming out? Because, it's not a huge drop. We will go ahead and slide down here. Where is it at?
Is that coming soon? Is it?
Dan, all 4+ sets, no stickers. So
all printed boys.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
So one good thing, if you happen to get some good pieces in there, unfortunately that Jedi logo is like stuck on that whatever it is, that wall piece, right? So like you can't really repurpose that. I mean, I'm sure old Bird could repurpose it.
I'm like trying to scroll down because I know it's lower and it won't let me.
Try refreshing it, maybe.
Yeah, that piece is definitely limited by that print pattern that they put.
Yeah, the print. That's it. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, you go to shop. New releases coming soon.
No, it won't let me.
Scroll down.
I'm scrolling. It won't let me. I'm even hitting
use 2 fingers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember how to use a laptop a little bit. But it's
explaining how to use the laptop.
I mean, dude,
I'm the button, Brent, and then
I'm scrolling.
Right. Max, do you want to do this?
Yeah, Max, take over the screen share, buddy. Let me go ahead and pop it off the sharing. There we go. Well, I was succeeding for a little bit, guys.
So April 1st, you know, it's interesting. It's one of those situations we've talked about. There's been so many leaks, and not just leaks, sorry, but like broken street dates on this April 1st wave.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Not only did like the, you know, a lot of our YouTube friends get it, but just out in the wild are getting them. And I mean, no F's were given on street dates whatsoever on this thing. I mean, I won't be around for weekly pickups, but while on the road, I did get the, obviously wanting the up house more so. I did the Kohl's deal, and I was somewhere between here in California. I forget exactly what it's all blending in together, but I was like, ooh, Kohl's, ran in there and grabbed it. But
That's
I don't
clutch.
know. I feel like, you know, if they're going to, it's weird because Lego's so concerned about leaks and stuff, but then this stuff comes out, and I feel like a lot of the hype is dead for April 1st, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So,
I
yeah, let's start with Firebird on this one.
On up?
Yeah, I mean, we got to get to know him a little better, but I know you're primarily a Star Wars guy.
Yeah.
Is any of this stuff April 1st got potential for you? Not necessarily day one, but even long term. Are you looking to cop any of this new stuff that's coming April 1st?
I think like long term speaking, yeah, probably nothing on release, to be honest, because I'm holding out for May the 4th with most of the Star Wars related stuff, just so I can stack it to get whatever the GWP is. Like that's been
Right.
my tactic, and like just generally speaking, holding out for a double VIP or something like that, just because it's been expensive recently. But I'm trying to think, like, as far as stuff that's coming out that I'll get eventually, I really like that Land Rover. That set is looking
Defender 90. Yeah.
Yeah. I
pretty
think
dope.
it looks super dope. And like for 240, it's kind of a lot, but you know, if I can get that thing on double VIP eventually, I'll probably bite because it just looks good. It looks really clean, and I love like off-roading and stuff like that. So the whole design of the vehicle is pretty nice. So I'll probably pick that one up at some point. And then the Executor class Star Destroyer, or Executor class, or however you say it, the MIDI scale set, I'll be getting that one eventually too, I think, just because I feel like it will fit. I have a spot that I'm like, I think that'll fit great in this one place that I'm thinking of. So I feel like it's a perfect pickup for that.
Yeah.
But again,
so this will be May 1st. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the May 1st thing.
Do you think this is the start of a whole new sub theme? And then also part B, do you think this, I guess Ryan was trying to say this could be replacing maybe the helmets?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't see why they'd have to. They could do both, I think, but you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see them doing both, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like the helmets, they appeal to me a little bit, like if it's a specific character I really want. But I've built 3 helmet sets, and to be honest, I'm kind of tired of them at this point because they all use a similar building technique for like the internal structure.
Yeah.
And you know, you've built 1 or 2 of them, and it's like, it's the same thing again, building the same whatever format.
Yeah.
And so I'm just not a huge fan of them for that reason, because I don't really enjoy the build process on them anymore. But outside of that, I feel like we've gotten most of like the main characters that we would want. So, I mean, I'm sure, you know, I know there's other options like Kylo Ren and stuff that people have talked about, but
Imperial Guards, baby.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. But I would like to see more MIDI scale stuff. Will they do it? I mean, who knows? Like, I have no idea. But
this is gonna. The reason I don't like these MIDI builds is that a what is that? That's just another. Is it a TIE fighter, or what's coming off the side of that thing again?
I think it's just 2 Star
Destroyer.
Destroyer.
Yeah, Star
yeah,
Destroyers.
that's right, because that's a Executor. Yeah, I hate those little micro scale builds coming off of these. That and the dioramas, you know,
You
like
can
that
probably just
trench
pull 'em
run
off.
set. I hate those builds on the trench run set.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
But you know, I can get rid of them. But I don't know. I don't like that scale very much. But.
So one thing I noticed, are we going with Bird, Sean? Is that the confirmed
I mean,
Sean?
well, now you don't have
Is
to
that the
ask
Sean
me.
the right way certified?
Listen,
Because
you
Sean is like
you
the.
call him. I rotate. I might call him Fire. I might call him Bird. I might call him Firebird. We don't know.
Call me whatever you want.
Sean's like the stopped at the
Caleb
Barnes and
will call him
Nobes.
James Smith if we need to. I mean,
Sean pops in last week for like the 30 minutes, and I was like, "So set the table, Sean." He was like, "Okay, I'll set the tabes." He's like, "He's gonna shorten anything." I was just like, "Yes."
it's all about the abbreves, baby. You gotta get to
all,
it.
all about the abbrev. So,
Yeah. All right. What do you got on this one, Max? What do you think?
I like it. Anything that's
Not
like
April
displayable. Yeah, not April 1st. It
this
might
one's
be
May 1st, I think.
It might be something I pick up to stack on for May 4th, but
Yeah,
I gotta like see all my options out. I gotta like make a plan.
because we don't even know what the big set's gonna be for May 1st yet.
Exactly that and the GWP. But I'm looking forward to buying this when I do. Hopefully, it's either right away or I'll catch on a deal.
No, we do know it's the X-wing.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, I
UCS one.
forgot. We just haven't
Yeah.
seen it officially yet.
Yeah.
It just leaked. I forgot about that. Wow.
I'll be there with bells on.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta see what that GWP is gonna be. That needs to leak. That's what.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. That GWP could be a can of Coke. I don't care. Or Yoda's
It's gonna
Coke.
go,
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Any kind of Coke. I will
What if
be
it was
there.
a can of Coke from Galaxy's Edge, just like a buildable?
I
can
have
of
that.
Coke?
I own that. But the point is, like the little detonator bomb Coke, I have that. But that X-wing's coming home. I don't give a shit what they put with it.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to talk while we were talking about helmets, it's interesting, Firebird, that you don't like helmets because you're a mock builder, and another mock builder we had on the show, Rich Boy Jhae, is notorious for kind of talking about how he doesn't like the helmets. So it's kind of interesting, but it makes sense when you talk about the structure of the thing, like you kind of almost make the same thing.
I got
time.
2 of them at the same time, and I built one and then built the next one. I was like, I just did this, you know, like I don't know.
At the same time,
same thing with it's like brickheads, right? It's the same thing.
Yeah,
a little bit, but I do
I'm not
like.
a huge fan of those either.
Yeah, I do like how uniform they like. Yes, it's the same like stand each time, but at least they do look super. Like shout out to Josh Build Stuff, man. He's got his setup looking crispy, but he's got like all the helmets displayed. You know.
Yeah, they look good for that purpose, right? That's the whole reason.
The end result's super dope. And on the subject of, we just brought up brickheads. We have to ask every guest this going forward. Bird, how many brickheads do you have?
Oh man, I have Mandalorian and the Child, which are getting parted out real soon here to go into the parts collection, and I picked up the Obi-Wan and Anakin ones and the Ahsoka one. Yeah, I haven't built those yet, but I've got them, and I will build them. I'll probably leave those ones displayed because I generally like how they look. But, yeah, not too many.
I was just looking for you to say a couple, but
a couple. Oh, my bad. I do have. Technically true. I do have a couple of brickheads. Not many more.
There you go. All right, get off of this set. It's not April 1st.
Max is like, sounds like get it out.
Like
that's my bad. I'm glad you brought it up.
No, you're good.
All right. Did we do? We did Up House, I guess.
Yeah, that's what we led with.
Picking that one up.
So Brent, you already got it, right? I'm getting it, Matt.
As of right now, my sister has it. She got it yesterday.
Oh, that's right.
Or today, but I'm definitely gonna get it.
You guys found it early too?
Yeah, she found it early.
Man, I'm not even that special.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coles. Coles, listen, one of these days you're gonna sponsor us. I don't know what it's gonna take.
We talk about Coles so much too.
Coles, seriously, like we're not dreamers here, okay? We're not approaching Target or Walmart. Look, Coles, Cobb family, okay? We'll plug you. It'll be a good time. Lots of fun vids. Just have your social guys reach out. All right.
It's a good plug.
Yep.
It's terrible. I'll just send him a DM and see what
Coles holler at us. Sean will like close a good.
I will close the deal with him before the show ends. not tonight, but we will. Something's gonna happen. We have to.
Is that Rover April 1st? I know we touched on that Rover a little bit. I don't know if it's April 1st though.
It might be one of those deals where it's VIP early or something.
Oh yeah.
April.
This is the type of set.
I think April 1st. Yeah.
This set.
Yeah.
Is it the 1st? Okay.
Yeah.
This no, it says. Does
It's
it
the
say
fourth
Well,
for the
I'm not
public.
I'm not logged in to my VIP.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But this Caleb would be a nice set for. I could see a nice 179 Costco deal on this one. Being
Oh
really
yeah.
Ooh, yep.
Oh yeah.
Does Costco get the big icon stuff like this?
They got the last Rover. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, I don't know about by you guys, but I've had dust by my Costco's. I think they learned their lesson, and I'm, how everybody was celebrating, like, yeah, everything's 60% off. I warned everybody that the gravy train was coming to an end, and I don't know if Costco's going to get that much fire.
I haven't seen anything super good at Costco, but I've seen some decent stuff. Like I feel like my Costco is pretty mid, which is not bad for a Costco. I'll take a mid.
Yeah, like
Costco.
look, I got the game truck for 30, but it's like there was no it hadn't been Star Wars since whatever the BD1 era, and so
right.
I don't know. All right.
Well,
All right. So Caleb's getting this one. I admire it. It's not for me, but I totally respect anybody buying this.
I love all the buildable stuff.
Oh yeah, that's half the reason I
want
want it
either. By the way, which is great.
Yes, I will not buy a Technic vehicle, but I will buy this.
Dude, Sean, maybe not this week because we didn't talk about it, but it's been a while since we've done a Brentrospective. There's an old Technic set that involves Technic cars that I'm like in love with now, but we'll save that for next week.
We do need to bring back the Brentrospective.
Dude, I got it. I don't know when this set retired, but there is an old Technic set.
Can I tell you something? Dude, it doesn't even matter what set you talk about. I just think the name Brentrospective is so good that
it's pretty good. Sean came up with it.
It's good branding.
Sean came up with it. Of course, it's great.
I think we've done one in 83 episodes, but we should bring it back.
I think we've done like 2. Maybe like 2. We always talk about doing it, and then we never.
No, we did the ultimate Batmobile. That's all I remember.
No, we did the one with
the Kessel Run.
Oh,
Falcon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kessel Run Falcon. There may have been a third in there somewhere.
All right. What do we got? What else we got?
What else? Let's see. Excited for the Disney Council?
Yeah, Sean, are you pumped about this or?
What are we doing? I didn't see it.
Is that thing 4+?
Let me take a look at this. Let me see this girl. Oh,
that's also April
for $100. Duplo.
Duplo.
Dang.
Yeah, that'll be a big no for me, dog.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if your daughter was still young and cared about.
My son's young, but I still wouldn't even do this. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'll just
I'm out.
Stop looking at that.
I respect it or whatever, but yeah, I'm out.
Dang, even a big Disney fan like Sean.
I'm sorry, everybody. I can't sit through Indy again. We've done that to death.
Oh, that's all right. We had a whole Indy episode.
We did the train set to death. I mean, Caleb, you want to give some quick rapid fire? I mean, I do want to hear your thoughts on on the Indy wave. Do you like any of it? Are you buying any of it? Do you respect it?
I think it all looks spectacular. It's looking great. I like Indiana Jones. I wouldn't say I'm like a hardcore Indiana Jones fan or anything like that. I will be getting these on discount. I'm not getting them day one, but they look really good. All of them.
Is 20% enough to get the job done for you? Or?
I think so for these. I mean, they're already a pretty decent value for what they are. So
yeah,
20% will do it.
All right. Can I interest you in a Disney train by any chance?
Less interested in the Disney train.
All right.
But I have nothing against it.
All right.
Sean's big Disney head.
Max.
So
big Disney. I'm definitely getting all of them on discount for the indie sets. You might catch me with the Lost Tomb earlier than expected, especially with the 40. But that might be the first one.
Pickup.
Yeah, but I'm gonna wait, and the Disney train I'm probably gonna buy sooner than later. Pretty fire.
I'm planning on waiting, but how much is the plain one? 35 or something?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if I'll have the patience for the 35.
I'm not gonna.
Cool.
Is a diaper Target run pickup 101. Throw it in the friggin' cart. Look, I'll lie to myself and go, hey man, I got 5% off a red card. Take it home. Or even better, I'll pull the found $10 in the pocket of my jeans and apply that, and I'll be like, it's really 25, and lie to myself, But I think that one's got to come home pretty quick. So that'll be my kickoff. And then these is the rest of this not April 1st? No, Jurassic's June. When is the Guardian stuff? April 1st?
I feel like it is. Well, yeah, it is
is.
because the Guardian, some of it's already
Yes.
out in Kohl's.
Firebird, do you agree Lego's website's the absolute worst at everything?
Yes, I do agree on that.
I know that was an assumptive way to ask, but
No,
God, their website
it's
is
the
trash.
only right assumption, and you would think for a company that big that they would be having a
They're
good website.
sorting. It's like you type in, or whatever.
Coming soon into retired set.
It won't even show it if it's retired. Yeah, it's just dumb.
Yeah. No, the
All
search
right.
is really bad.
Do we need to do
Yeah.
Guardians or what's happening? Does anybody have any? Is Guardian? I'm sorry, is that the first or no?
Yeah, it is. I thought about buying some of the Guardian stuff. They had that yellow Groot ship thing at my Kohl's, but I was like, meh.
Groot.
Up house.
You mean the rocket?
Or Rocket. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Rocket, yeah.
Yeah,
Groot-
I like the
Groot's
baby
pal.
rocket. That'll be one of those again.
$35. Yeah, it's
Casual
Yeah.
Target. That'll be a Target on discount, little 27 or whatever to be. I could see myself throwing that in.
Yeah.
The helmet.
The helmet's kind of sick, dude.
That is cool.
Helmet's sick. I just definitely waiting for 20 on that one for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
Yeah. This is coming soon.
yeah.
wow, that's weird. Well, it's up for pre-order. It doesn't even tell you when it's coming out. That's
No,
crazy.
I think the pre-orders. I'm not sure what's
I
going
think it
on.
must be done. I
Or,
don't
yeah,
know.
it used to say pre-order.
Yeah,
It's going to be a heavy discount for me on this one.
Apparently, Lego Man 360 said the Lego website was better in 2009.
I believe it because there's. I mean, seriously.
Back when they cared.
Yeah, I can't get much
Oh
worse.
boy.
Shots fired.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think it's probably one of the coolest helmets overall. I mean, all due respect.
It's pretty dope, dude. I like
It
it.
might be my second time, but I just
The
I
Marvel
don't-
helmet's low key. Like the Venom was sick. This is sick.
Yeah, they're doing all right. It's just
Pretty
there's
dope.
too much competition, man.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Clicking Cliff?
What's up?
All right, so this is
What's
What
the
else we
so
got?
it's Indy's the main. So like every release has their main. Indy's the big target of this release. I mean,
yeah, but you could argue
Up
the
House. Yeah,
I think
Up
Up
House
House
is a
is
big
going to
deal.
get that sort of what is that Encanto kind of flavor where that Up House might be
yeah.
Oh,
touch
yeah.
and go for a few months. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those are both like of the same scale, and yeah,
Mhm.
those are cool.
Great comparison by me.
Oh yeah, and then the last thing is just that the new Jedi thing.
Nice job, Sean.
Thanks, man. I'm glad somebody picked up on it.
Oh, I completely
Uh,
missed. I got so many things going on right now. I'm like, is everything working?
It's not easy, is it, Brent? You know,
No, it's not, dude. Like,
things and not having
like
to touch.
big
buttons
props
all-
to the pilot of the show, Sean, and also
Mhm.
Max, who pilots the show, and Sean's not here.
Ninja with
Now
the
me.
bricks. I believe Target has a buy one, get one 40% off right now.
That's very true.
So it's on certain sets, and again, I don't want to be like the dad to everybody
It's like
when I
Harry
hear things
Potter.
like this, but it's like, but you guys realize that's just 20. Everyone can math this.
Yep.
Yeah.
20%
just
off.
20%
with extra
off.
steps.
Don't freak out. Just like with double VIP, use your brain. Like if it's something you really wanted anyway, get it, I suppose. But like it's legitimately 20% off the way it kind of works out. So anyway, see if that was Kohl's, I'd say it was the greatest sale of all time. But
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. Well, before
And
we
then
get,
when are these? When
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
is Disney CMF? Is that going to be May?
I think it's May.
There's
yeah.
May.
Mm.
All right. So I think that's everything. But yeah, no, Brett, I agree. I think the indie wave is kind of the darling of this release date, along with the Up House. Like overall, as far
Yeah.
as what I think will
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
some volume.
I'd
Well,
agree.
it's better that Indy is the star of the show for this release, and then then you got Star Wars later on in the year, and so
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean they couldn't do indie next.
nah,
No, it's a good way to space it out.
Yep.
bang bang. So I guess before we get too far into the show, since we're already like 40 some minutes in, we've been just talking about new releases. We'll get into Firebird's background a little bit for y'all that don't know. If y'all are new and you're unsubscribed, definitely subscribe to Firebird's channel. Check out his stuff. Obviously, this week we're talking about Star Wars MOCs, and he does some pretty sweet ones. So, But I know a little bit just from doing my own research. I kind of already know the answers to some of these questions. But usually with every guest, we kind of have the same general questions. But we know you're big into Star Wars. But there's two other themes that are right there. You know, the other themes that you collect. You know, you're walking into the Lego store tomorrow, and they say you can have three sets, but they all got to be from different themes. We know you're grabbing some Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other themes that you know cycle in and out of your collection?
It's a tough one. I think an easy second pick for me is Ideas.
Okay.
I think like Ideas every now and again they got some real good stuff coming out.
Fire.
Like the A-frame cabin and the what's it called? The Saturn V. That was dope.
Yeah, Sean loves that.
Built the medieval blacksmith like a couple months ago, and that was such a good set.
Amazing set.
So I just feel like they're coming out with good stuff like
Dude,
pretty consistently.
I think that Saturn is the best valued Lego set in like the last I don't know how many years. Like 120 for that behemoth. Like it's
it's a good price.
It was I think it was 150 and then
but...
went to 180, I believe.
What, the Saturn?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. I was thinking blacksmith. Sorry. But
yeah, no, the
Saturn was 120 when I bought it, and that was the regular SRP. Maybe it went up.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the Saturn because I want to get a display case for it. I want to, because it's got to be in the right spot.
Don't wait to buy it though, because it'll disappear. I mean, I don't know when it's supposed to retire again, but
I've got it. It's just sitting in the closet waiting.
Got it. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's one of those ones because I know everyone's talking about that indie set, and that is true. That is fantastic, but I mean the girth alone on this Saturn.
Sheer girth of that Saturn.
It is huge.
It checks all the boxes. Brings the boys to the yard.
Man, go watch a review on it. The thing is like, I don't know, like 10 feet tall and 400 pounds.
It's a real girthy set.
It's phenomenal. I love that thing. All right,
it's a great one. Yeah, so I think Ideas / icons stuff. I don't know, all that stuff is good. I kind of like Creator 3-in-1 actually. I feel like you can get some good parts from Creator 3-in-1 stuff, and the fact that they had that 3-in-1 castle, I think I got like 3 of those things. They're great for parts, great for the Black Falcons. I just think that was a good call on their part to put that set out. So yeah, those ones are good. We get all the modular buildings too, because
nice.
You got to do it.
Yep.
I'm not going back and buying the old ones because I like to not throw my money down the drain. But
so does it make it tough when? Well, I guess, and we'll touch on this a little bit, but you know, a lot of your recent MOCs, you've kind of been working in a smaller scale, but like you find it tough to be like, well, I want to set up my city, but I need space to MOC. Is that kind of been something you're trying to work in, or you got to take over another room in the house for the city?
Yeah, no, they're actually in like our entry area of the house, like on a shelf. Okay. And so this is one of the reasons I'm not like super antsy to go pick up all the old ones, is because there's limited space there. So I know we're good for like another 3-4 years of modular buildings to fill up that space, and then we run into a problem at that point. But for now, we're doing good. We got everything back to assembly square at the moment. So
So no Harry Potter. Are you the same as Sean, just not really into it?
I don't have any problem with Harry Potter. I try and intentionally limit myself to certain themes because I know it could get out of hand super easily. And plus, like, I'm buying parts for MOCs a lot, and that is like buying mini sets over and over because it's not cheap to get parts. So I got to keep the budget tight somewhere, and I'm already getting like every Star Wars set that comes out basically, except for some of the helmets and some of the brickheads. So
what up, City?
What up, City? Yeah, it's tough to. I mean, that's kind of. I've been trying to talk Sean into just getting into the world of Harry Potter. But he's like, man, if I do and I like it, I'm gonna want the sets. They got some girthy sets out there that are expensive. So, but it's, I don't know, like for me, I still really want the castle, but like I already have the $80 Hogwarts Express. I don't really feel like I need the $500 one.
Yeah.
Do you do speed champs at all?
I've got a couple of them. I picked up the Lamborghini Countach and
a good one.
What was another one I got? I got the Toyota Supra because Toyota. Love
Yeah.
Toyota.
Oh, nice. Now, see, you would probably agree with Sean and I, and probably Max, that if they're going to keep doing Fast and Furious cars, we need that orange Mark IV Supra. Like, it's got to happen.
That would be really dope.
It's got to happen. I mean, it would go.
It's the only one I really want. Besides, I'd love them to do more F1 cars, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. The occasional speed champs, I would say. But
Yeah.
again, I got to have the limits, you know?
Yeah.
But that's another one of those toss it in the cart kind of deals. And time will tell. So far, the $25 thing hasn't scared anybody away. They're still moving pretty briskly. So
yeah.
I'll tell you what, that Ferrari's so hard to find in stores.
yeah.
It's like impossible.
Yeah.
The new Ferrari? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Max, real quick, I want to jump into with Firebird's work. Can you pull up his Insta and we can kind of go through some of that in the background and as we continue to get to know him? But
Gotcha.
I kind of want to show off his work because throughout the discussion he's talked about, and it's happened a few times. A lot of the stuff he likes, he's looking at parts, which is a whole different kind of mindset from someone like me who, as I put it, and I've seen you in the chat, Firebird, tended, which is Lego,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like
Shout out to Ben.
No, I admire it. I just don't feel like I feel like I'm creative, but I just feel like I don't have the bandwidth or the patience that you do to, source the parts and put it together and concept it and all that. Like,
it's definitely time consuming. Yeah.
Yeah. I prefer to just admire other people's stuff. And I think I'm at peace with that. But I did notice, we can isolate individual shots. Sorry, Max, pull it up.
I'm not logged in. I don't think it's going to let me. No.
Can you show off your password to everybody? All right, good.
No.
You can't. Hold on. Let me
Switching back to Brent.
let me then watch. I'm gonna get into it and be like,
I don't know how to scroll.
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know why it wasn't letting me scroll. I really don't. I know how to scroll on a laptop, I promise.
It's 2 fingers, Brent.
I know, dude.
One is for rookies, man. Come on.
Oh, okay. But yeah, okay. So while I'm pulling this up, I know just from watching some of your first videos, Firebird, but I heard that you did have a dark age. But were you super, super into it as a kid, and then all of a sudden, just kind of fell off? Or
it was kind of sort of forced, I guess I would say. Not it wasn't terrible or anything like that, but basically my background is I grew up in Africa and Thailand before moving here to the US, and we used to get Bionicle and stuff. My siblings and I always wanted Bionicle, so we'd have people bring those over for us, some Lego Star Wars sets and stuff like that when we were younger, because we couldn't find them in the country that we lived in. And so that was the majority of my Lego was actually Bionicle stuff. And I was into it. I enjoyed it. But when we moved, we ended up having to sell everything. And so because I had to sell everything, that was kind of a natural leaving point for me for getting out of things. And so at that point, I was 14 and sold my stuff. We moved. I got into gaming more and stuff like that. And then basically, I think it was, 2020 when I got back into it. So that was the dark age period, I guess you could say.
So there was some Bionicle at a young age.
Yeah.
I liked Bionicle a lot, man.
I mean, I feel like I was the right age. Who didn't like Bionicle when you were I don't know, 10 and it was peak Bionicle time? I feel like it was great stuff.
Dude, yeah. I was
we got Rich Boy. What is the consensus on the state of Lego Star Wars? So Jay, we're gonna get to that on hour 2. Hey man, if you're free, obviously, I just sent you a invite, buddy. If you can pop in,
dude,
I'm sure Firebird would love it. We'd all love for you to chop it up on this one, man, for sure. No pressure, but if you can pop in, that'd be awesome.
Sorry, guys. I'm an
All
old.
right.
I'm an old man, and
I'm logged in, Brent. Don't worry about it.
are you logged in now?
Yeah,
Sick. Bro, I can't help it that my phone just automatically signs into my my Instagram. I never have to type my password in.
Searching through your password settings and stuff, try and find it.
Well, I was just gonna reset it real quick. But no, yeah, big shout out to you, Jay. We're gonna take a look at one of your mocks later, also. When we get into mock talk.
But we're gonna get down to business
Yeah.
on the mocks. Yeah,
You like that, Sean? Mock talk?
That's good.
I do like anything that
Yeah,
rhymes.
solid.
Little mock talk?
Anything that rhymes, and that's bonus points for clever. Like it's good.
Little mock talk. All right, so we're signed into the West Coast Bricks IG now, Sean.
I know. Exclusive access.
It's emotional. Can we get these bigger? Or
Yeah, which one do you want to look at, man?
Let's look at the Mustafar one first.
Oh
I was
boy.
a fan of this, especially the lights that were in this. I thought were a sick.
here we go.
I like this scale though, man. Like, I think Firebird mentioned it in one of his videos, but like building at the scale is so cool because like you don't spend so long on something, and you can really rattle through ideas. That fire's sick.
Thanks. Yeah, no,
I'm sorry.
it's a good scale to build at. I feel like with these ones, I can usually knock them out in an evening. Maybe it takes like 4-ish hours or so. So
Nice.
it's not too bad as far as like time constraints. And I'm getting faster as I build more. My first mock took me like forever, and it was like this size. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I think with these types of things, you can kind of just come up with a little concept and run with it. I mean, with this, I was like, I don't know, is it canon? I don't really care. I just decided I like the concept of these 501st clones on Mustafar, some random base. I think I've found that I enjoy building stuff that's not necessarily based off of source material
Yeah.
a little bit more because you can get more creative with it. But it's a different type of challenge.
Yeah,
you
man.
have to come up with everything on the spot.
What is your so I mean that's like your brainstorm. So what's your actual like process? I mean, it seems like you have a scale that you're liking here, kind of a little, vignette or whatever, for lack of a better term. Are you using, is this like freestyle, so to speak, drawing it, or are you using a program? Like what's your process?
I mean, usually, at least recently with the ones that I've been doing, it's kind of based off of like what parts do I have available to me, and what terrains can that match up with. So I knew I had like most of my black parts available. So I was like, all right, what has black terrain? It's either Umbara or Mustafar or whatever. And so I pick the planet based on that. And then usually I'll just look up reference photos. It might not even be like specifically of a certain thing, but for this one, I looked up a couple pictures of just like landscape on Mustafar that different artists have done and stuff. And then tried to get the same general vibe. Yes, exactly. Coconut's right. If you go away from canon source material, people can't complain about inaccuracies.
We got a lot of good mock builders in the house in the chat.
It opens up your creative license a lot, which I think is great.
Hey guys, well,
what did Sean say?
Oh,
Sean, we lost you.
choppy, isn't it?
Hello.
Sean, we got Jay.
We got
There's
Jay on
Sean.
the show.
Okay.
What's up, Jay?
How are you? How are you all?
Good.
What's up, Jay?
Great. It's great to hear your voice. Trying
Oh,
to
thank you.
Max,
it's
move,
been a
scoot
while.
him up. I can't figure out how.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh,
You
there
just
we go.
The box and
Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. There we go.
boom.
Jay, I finally have a laptop and like a mic and like a good setup. Finally, I'm not an amateur
Dang.
anymore. Well, I'm still
You
an
guys are
amateur.
coming up in the world. I love to see it.
But yeah, dude, big ups to Sean, man. He was just the best bro move ever and sent me a laptop.
I mock. That was my.
Wow.
That is up a streaming setup.
Hey, that's awesome. I love to see it. I real quick just to kind of chime in to what you
Yeah.
were literally just discussing, I guess, in terms of like, canon builds versus kind of taking your own creative license. I obviously I'm one I'm super concerned about the nuances of exactly what we saw on screen. So I have a lot of respect for people who can kind of just let that go and just do what they feel. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me, but it can be really hard for me to just be like, let me just not do exactly what I see. And that's just kind of how I've always been as a kid. Like I was always that type of kid. Like if we're gonna play with like Lego, we're gonna play right. Like the correct people have to be doing the correct thing at the correct time. And I know my friends hated me for it, but that was just how I kind of wanted to play, and that's kind of how I want to see MOCs. So I respect it when people can tap into their creative juices and like create custom scenes, planets, environments, just things that aren't necessarily just something they saw on screen. I always I respect for that.
Yeah.
Well, what's cool about that too is like you end up seeing that in the material of like all the Star Wars that comes out. It's like, oh, we're back on Tatooine again. So it's
Right.
like I feel like in the mock world, like when I see, people making stuff like the mock that Coconut Brick Studios is doing right now. My Clone Wars knowledge is terrible, but when people do all these Clone Wars locations that you only see kind of here and there, and they really get brought to life in a big mock, like I think that's sick. But on the other side of the coin, though, and I was going to bring this up later on the show, Jay, but the Lego Star Wars collaborative mock between you and 9 other builders, that's one of my favorites in recent years. But just because it captures so perfectly the vibe of those games, and I have so much nostalgia for it. And that was so you saw that then last year at Chicago, then Firebird, right? Because you said you were there.
Yeah, no, I was blown away by that. That's one of the builds that got me like hyped about starting to build MOCs. Actually, I saw that and I was like, dang, this is super cool. And I played the game growing up too, so I was like, this is incredible.
So let me ask. I love putting people on the spot. So Firebird sounds like he's just getting started. How do you think his work looks for a relative newcomer or rookie to the scene?
Are you asking Jay? Rich Boy Judge?
I'm asking Rich Boy Judge what he thinks of Firebird is
Put one of my good MOCs up there at least.
No, I mean I'm thoroughly impressed, honestly. I was looking at that Hoth one especially. That one really caught my eye. That like the texturing on the ground there, even just the perspective, like splitting the inside of the base and the door in half like that. Like Hoth is probably the most overdone Star Wars MOC for good reason. It's a great planet to do. Like if there was one that I think there's a reason people naturally gravitate towards it. I think it's just one of those things that is like, I guess it's the first big Star Wars battle anyone ever saw. So it has that going for it. And it just has so many different kind of environments and areas that you can pretty easily recreate with Lego. There's a lot of options for it. And I don't think I've ever quite seen someone build it like this. So it is really cool when people can do, quote unquote, another Hoth MOC, but it's not just another Hoth MOC. It's like, you know what, let's take this spin on it. Let's show it from this perspective. Let's, cut directly, into the trenches and show the interior of the base, but just like half the door, and also show like some interior base rooms as well. Like I actually quite love that build.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Love it. This is like a live mock showcase on air, Jay. I love it.
Yeah.
Dude, I literally went back. Jay, I went back earlier because I was trying to think of a specific mock that was from, I think, the 7th episode of Mock Showcase. It was like, I scrolled back like 4 years. I'm like, I know it's back here somewhere. And I'm like scrolling to finally find it.
Oh my God. What was did you
Dude,
find
it was the Dagobah one. Well, I want to take a look at it later. I mean, whether you're still here or not, but for the chat and the rest of you guys here, there's a Dagobah mock that Jay showcased like 4 years ago, but it's sick, dude. Like,
is it the one where like the X-wing is like cutting into the water?
Yes, and
oh my God, yes,
dude, and the water is like not like blue or green. It's like the transparent black tile. Yes, and it just looks like dirty water. It's so good. And the reflections of the trees. It's
the way they got the water to like just like go around the contour of the X-wing that's like angled into like it looks so good. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna
take a look at it.
Yeah, it's sick.
I'm excited to see that because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So Jay, while you're here, also like to judge Firebird a little more, kind of on that recent kind of scale that he's obviously a lot smaller than this, but like the Mustafar one and a couple of his other more recent ones like these bases here. How do you like this scale? Like I think it's interesting. Obviously, Jhae, you've built some giant, humongous mocks, but what do you think about the smaller scale?
Yeah, so for anyone who's ever even gotten a chance to look at the mock showcases that I do, I always make it a point to really show off the smaller builds, but also dive deep into them. Because I think, not everyone has tables and tables to build giant mocks. I don't think everyone needs to have that. I think that the beauty of Lego is because, you know, the things you build in any given amount of space, like there's so many different ways you can approach it where like you can build something on a 16 by 16, and if your techniques are on point, if you approach something in a way that no one's ever seen it, it can captivate someone's attention. You don't need a giant mock to really show off, quote unquote. And another thing I always stress in those videos is like the art of storytelling when it comes to mocks like this. Like I think that's really what I get a kick out of. If I can look at a build and just from the figure placement, from the environment that has been set up, from the weathering that might be happening on some of the buildings, or just little small nuanced things like that, if that can kind of just tell a story in itself, I think those are the mocks that really resonate with me. The ones where you don't even have to say a word about it, but just from the build itself, you can get all you need to know about what's going on, how the characters are feeling. And I love that so much about it. And I'm always stressing that, like when it comes to minifig placement, the faces you use on minifigs, like all those little things can just do so much for a build and make a person sit there and stare at it for a lot longer than you think.
It's the little things, man. Little things. That snot work though on that last one. Oh, Sean's
incredible.
trying to come back. That snot work though.
Oh yeah.
That snot work. Yeah, man. I really like I like the idea, like especially because I've been like slowly trying to prepare myself to get into making mocks in terms of like buying duplicates of sets that I like the pieces of or whatever. But I do like seeing the smaller mocks. It's like a lot less intimidating to someone like me who's a mock noob and has like made like a few small things. And so like seeing that, I'm just like, that makes me a little less scared to try to do something like Jhae, which is like 5 ping pong tables long, crazy accurate Star Killer base type stuff.
And that's the way it should be. I think, I don't want to say that I initially sought out to just build the biggest things ever. I think I sought out to build the scenes I wanted to build, and then the size of it was kind of a secondary consideration. It was just like, we'll just keep building, I guess, until I just run out of parts or I just literally don't have the space. And for the most part, it's worked out for me up until this point. So I'm very fortunate to have been in position to even be able to do that.
Yeah. I couldn't let this comment go unnoticed. Cold just like hot.
I literally was listening to that the other day. I've been doing.
You can take the heat.
Classic.
I've been doing a little soul searching recently, like
some throwback.
More Boyo music coming soon.
I'd love to. I love to do all that stuff again. I don't know. Like I think I really went through like a period where I just wasn't really inspired to build. And I feel like kind of slowly I've been getting back into it. Like I've been doing more Lego related things than I've been doing in quite some time. So I definitely feel it. Like school's really the biggest obstacle right now, but the comeback is imminent for sure.
Are you gonna have a build at Brick World this year?
Yeah. So oh God, I don't know if I can say this publicly.
Oh no, don't reveal it yet. You can come back next week.
Hey, excuse me. We need an
Sean.
exclusive.
Sean's like, hey, wait, no.
Come on, Jhae. We need a little exclusive around here.
I mean, hey, screw it, we can do it. So it's so funny you guys happen to mention that collaborative Lego Star Wars build.
Okay.
Because you might not know, but there's a sequel to that game that needs a little representation. So that may or may not be in the works.
All right.
Exclusive right here. Couple of brickheads.
There you go,
Sean.
guys. Boom.
Skywalker Saga.
It's dropping bombs left and
Do it.
right.
Anyway.
Well, it's either going to be
Yeah.
Skywalker Saga or Lego Star Wars 2.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm
It
jumping
could be
ahead.
either or. So
But I will say, like, I really like all the kind words for that collab build. I want to say we threw it together. We didn't throw it together. There was a decent amount of planning that went into it, but
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
think it ever
Massive.
really just. It never like it's like it straight. It never really hit me kind of the magnitude of what we were doing until I saw it. Like I feel like usually with my builds, I'm pretty ambitious and imaginative with them, and I'm like, oh yeah, like once I finish this, it's gonna be the best thing ever. But like with this one, you know, it was a collab, and a lot of the people like I'd seen most of the builds, but like there were some that I hadn't seen literally up until that point. So there's a little bit of secrecy going on, which was cool with me. Like I'm fine with surprises like that. And of course, you know, with a collab, you never really see everything together until it all comes together. But there were people who were involved with that I'd never met until that convention. And it was honestly just magical. I kind of look at it like the first Star Wars movie. Like we put a decent amount of effort into it, but the way it just all came together and resonated with so many people and like just the reactions we got to it was just like I could not have seen that coming. And I'm so glad that I got to be a part of it. I'm glad I got to witness it. And I'm glad that I get to do it again.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
So I want to ask something, Jay. So like, if you got there and like, you know, one of the levels was missing, would you just have excluded it, or would you try to hustle to get it built?
That's a fantastic question. I want to say that almost happened. We had one guy who was a part of the collab, and this is kind of said like this was one of the builds that like no one had seen, and we were all convinced he just hadn't done anything on it. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but yeah, that was certainly a concern. And I think that we would have just tried to throw something together at the convention. Like, it'd be really, really heartbreaking to have that big of a collab and there's just a level missing. Like that would just bug the heck out of me. So, no, we would have definitely tried to throw whatever we could together. I mean, we had a lot of people there. Like,
Yeah, you have enough builders.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, there were a lot of parts of it that weren't fully finished when we got there. Like, this is like, there's so many. I get to talk all day about like kind of cool stories about the build. So one of the levels we had, it was the droid like factory level. It was designed by our friend Lewis in Germany, who couldn't attend the convention. So what he did was he designed the MOC and made instructions for it. It's that one right there to the top left with the dark red on the back. But what he did, he designed the MOC and made instructions for it, and basically sent all that over to our friend Shane. So Shane like got all the pieces to it, and then literally at the convention, him and like 3 or 4 other guys just sat down and they built that entire like level while they were there, and it was like one of the best looking builds that we had in the collab. So that was just a really cool thing that kind of came together at the very end.
That Dex's Diner, it's just like I want that as a GWP. So
I know, right?
That would be
that
great.
that was
so
really
awesome.
what made it. I think having the full hub,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that just
It brings
that
you into
was-
the world. It like sets off the vibe. Like,
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, this is like so many, like it's so crazy because like this MOC has a special place in my heart because this was really where it all started for me. Like
There
this
he
was,
is.
like I got this MOC before. I got the game before I had really watched any Star Wars movie as a fan. Like I had seen a Phantom Menace in theaters when I was like 5 years old, but I barely remembered it, and I wasn't really a Star Wars fan. It was just a big movie out, so I guess my mom took me to see it. But like this is kind of how I learned about Star Wars. Like the stories that were told in these games, like this was basically all I had to kind of tell me the story of Star Wars for a bit of time. So like this game is everything to me. I mean, it's my intro to my videos. It's my like profile picture, which I kind of want to take a little credit for. I feel like the profile picture thing's kind of played out at this point, like everyone does it. But I do gotta say, like I had to have been one of the first people who did that. So I'll take a little bit of credit for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this game is everything, man. This is just I can't put into words how meaningful this game is.
No, that's awesome. And it was cool for me Jay, if you remember last time you were on, I gave you a little bit of grief and I was just messing with you, but it was cool to see you in your process, with this. Because that's when we first ran into you in Chicago. And you're like, oh, hey, man. And then you like spun right around. And I was like, oh, shit, he's in his zone getting this done. This is fun to watch.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
At that time,
was a lot,
I think you were
dude.
kind of putting the finishing touches on it and you were lining everything up. So it's cool to see you in your element after just kind of watching this stuff remotely. You know what I mean? So,
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Dude, the health bars though.
Oh, that was the build there. That build. This guy, his name's Axidroid. He's I want to say he's an up and coming builder. I feel like he's kind of already established himself.
Yeah.
He has a really popular Wakanda mock. But this build was everything. This was the one, like this was the eye catcher for sure. Like,
Yeah.
and he brought this mock all the way from Belgium. So
That's
that was
the thing.
crazy. Yeah.
Jeez.
I love the lighting in that mock so much. It's perfect.
Yeah, no,
so
it's
good.
everything about it. It all works so well.
The X's on the Qui-Gon, it's so good. I wish Lego would have like had that, like put that fig out in a poly bag.
Oh man.
I know, right? That'd
They're like,
be
we
awesome.
can't show death. We can show the video game.
Yep.
Chrome
Yeah,
hilts, like all the
custom
little
figures
things.
we had in there, like just everything about it, man. Having like the accurate figures to the game, like those Easter egg scenes, like the one right now with the Qui-Gon dying, the bicycle that's sitting over in the corner, the Kaminoan dance room,
So
like
sweet,
all of
dude.
it. It was so much fun.
It's so freaking awesome. Like just to like again, like kind of how we got from building custom stuff that is more freestyle you've never really seen, but like this is like the coolest thing to see done to a T.
Yeah.
Just because it literally is, it puts you right in the vibe of the game.
Yeah.
No,
Love
I
that.
feel like
Even
it's
like
it's like two different styles of building basically, because you work in such a different way when you're working off of reference material versus
we got
just
an
off
ad.
of whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
MailChimp, they're not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
Sorry, there's a free
All
ad
right,
for you.
Before we get back into this, since we have Jay here, it does feel complete off what we were trying to accomplish overall tonight. And then, guys, unfortunately, I gotta bounce, so I'll listen. I got a little more driving tomorrow, but basically, I wanted some opinions from those of you guys that are in the space, and I feel like we got two of the best here with Jay and Firebird. Kind of, if we can, walk everyone through like where you think State of Lego Star Wars mocks are right now. Like do you think we're going to continue to see mega builds? Do you think we're going to see more of the vignette builds? What IP do you think we're going to see more of, less of? You mentioned Hoth is kind of played out like that. I know I'm giving you like a million topics here, but like just generally, what can people expect to see at conventions and whatnot going forward? What would you like to see? And that kind of stuff, just to kind of set the table, Brent. But one more day of driving, I'll be in my new home across the country.
Nice.
And I'll be
Congrats.
listening. Jay, always good to talk to you, bud. Firebird, good to meet you. We'll see you guys both for sure at Brick World, and I'll be listening as a fan tonight. Thanks, guys.
All right, yeah, you take care, man. Be safe.
All right, buddy.
Have a good night, Sean.
Yeah, Sean.
Bye, Sean. Shout
In
out to
regards to the
you.
question, I'd love to hear what Firebird has to say about this first.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, so I guess my perspective will probably be pretty different because I'm obviously newer into this. And Jade, just in case you don't know, I started mock building in July last year after Brickworld. Basically, I went to Brickworld, saw all the mocks that were there, and I was like, all right, it's time to start building because I'd been collecting parts and stuff for a little while, but wasn't building anything. So that's basically what kicked me into it. But I'm really interested to see where things continue to go because I think as far as Brickworld goes this year, I know that display space requests are at an all-time high. So there's going to be a lot of people displaying mocks, which is a good thing. I mean, the more mocks, the better, I would say. But I think we're seeing more and more people get into mock building, I think, which is awesome. I mean, the more creativity, the more mocks, it just raises the playing field, I think. And I think that at least with where I'm at, like there's a lot to learn still. I'm trying my first large scale mock now. Like I'm doing a mock series. I just put out episode 1 like 2 weeks ago. I'm doing episode 2 on Saturday. So I'm building Christophsis, and
nice.
that's going to be my first like big mock, I guess I would say. I think Hoth was pretty big, but this is going to be like 6x2 gray base plates. That's big for me.
Oh no, that's
so,
huge.
Yeah. So I'm starting to get into that, and I think it's for me. I find with mock building as I kind of have this thing which is like scope creep. Every time I set out to build something, whether it's like 16 by 16 or if it's a single 32 by 32 base plate, I get started on it and then I'm like, oh, but I got to add this or I got to add that. Like I did a Tatooine style build and I started it with 1 base plate. I was convinced that was going to be the size and ended up being 4 base plates wide. So like just with some of that kind of stuff, you start wanting to add more details in and everything. So that's at least for me, that's kind of where things are going, is just getting into building larger mocks. And I think as my parts collection grows, it really enables me to do that. Because it takes a long time to build up a proper parts collection. Like it is not cheap.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And it's especially like I haven't gotten lug bulk yet, but hopefully coming up in the next year here or so, I'll be getting into that and that'll help out a lot. But yeah, it's a whole process.
So for the mock noobs like me, what is did you just say lug what?
Lug bulk. So if you're not familiar with lugs are Lego user groups. They're fans of Lego who are adults and they join a club or they make a club and they get recognized by Lego, and then Lego offers support in the form of discounted parts for lug bulk, which is a yearly order that you can place as part of your lug, and then you get these pieces at a discounted price, which you can't show if you're a lug member. That's like private or whatever. But it's a good way to get a lot of parts for much cheaper than what you would pay on Bricklink or the Pick-a-Brick Wall or Lego Pick-a-Brick Online or anything like that. Usually it's a lot cheaper. So yeah, I haven't gotten around to being able to do that yet. But as far as like the general state of mocks, I feel like we're seeing more and more creative and cool builds every day. Yeah. I just keep finding more mock builders to follow on Instagram with like 1,000 to 2,000 followers, maybe sometimes even less than that are just putting out the sickest builds. It's incredible how many people are building. So I think the community is growing from what I can tell. And I'm hoping to see more people like doing content creation around it too, because I think that's the best way to share it, especially with like the larger mocks, like the mock series and everything like Coconut does and Jhae and David and everybody who puts those together. I think it's just so cool to see all the updates and really like from a mock building perspective, like for somebody who's newer at it, like me, being able to see like techniques that people are using or how are you accomplishing certain angles and like what pieces are you using? Because it's a big learning curve to get into it, to understand parts and all of that. Like it's not easy to learn, and so it just takes time. But
Lego Men 360 wants a brief update on Christophsis.
Christophsis right now, as it sits, I've got the bridge is mostly built for the bridge battle. And then I'm starting to get to work on the skyscrapers now.
Do you have the like bait or like the little baby hut fig?
Binky.
You're gonna need that, right? He was there for that battle.
I don't think he was in the battle.
I don't think Rada's there.
Oh, okay. It's been forever.
I think Christophsis is at like the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
And they don't do the hut arc until a little bit into the movie.
Yeah. It's a little ways in there. But it's exciting. I mean, it's a fun build. And it's great too because I spent last year trying to collect as many of those phase 1 clones as I could that were coming out. So that's going to be perfect for it.
How many of those packs were you able to get?
I was able to pick up, oh man, I think over 60 of them.
Dang, that's nice.
Yeah, I got all my friends to order them. Sorry to Timmy. Shout out to Timmy who couldn't get them, but
shout out to Timmy. That's good. That's how you know he watches the show.
That's right. But yeah, man, like it's the cheapest way to get the P1 clones. I think they look pretty good, even though I know that they're like a mix of the styles. Like I like the way that they look, and it's much cheaper than going the other route of getting the older ones. So yeah.
So a little background on this. Shout out to Rich Boy Jhae for the mock showcase video here. Go subscribe to him if you haven't.
That's nice.
So 4 years ago, long before I was really, fully back into the Lego hobby like I am now, this was a set that really just kind of blew me away. So I mean, we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but this angle, like that's that's the angle of the whole thing, but all these other angles, man, lower to the, oh god, look, what am I doing? Oh god, nope, I did something.
You're good.
There we go. The reflection of this water. I mean, I honestly, every time I go to a pick-a-brick wall, I look for that piece. It's not a piece that I've really seen on a pad wall that much, that those like transparent black tiles.
You're not really going to find that here.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be people who are scooping those up right away.
Is that an expensive bricklink piece?
Maybe not in like
not
Europe,
cheap,
but here.
Yeah, if it's the blue ones, then yeah, it's not cheap. Black, I don't know.
Yeah,
black's for sure going to be cheaper. I mean, more expensive than the blue. The black, as far as I know, has never been on pick-a-brick. So anyone who has a bunch of those has either gotten them from like Europe or just, I don't know, acquired a lot of sets that had that piece in it.
Yeah. I really, this is like definitely some of my favorite water work. It literally, especially this angle right here.
Yeah,
that's just awesome. That's just
good.
That's just
the way the X-wing just blends in there. Like, I was just dumbfounded. Yeah. That's ridiculous,
dude. Yeah, it's crazy because like when Lego came out with the, with their, Dagobah training diorama, I was like, I had high expectations because I was thinking about this MOC, and then when we just got like a little bit of a wing poking out, I was like, oh man, kind of want
the MOCs are always better, man.
Oh yeah, MOCs are everything.
Oh yeah. This thing's sick. I mean, look at that. Look at Luke trying to lift that X-wing.
I love it. I love it. This brings back so many. I remember like when I found this and did the video on it. That's so funny.
This one's actually really sick too, Jay. This
my god, yes.
Vader freaking ads, dude. Hey, at least I'm giving you a little bit of ad click through, Jay.
Appreciate it, man.
On a 4-year-old video. But yeah, dude, this Vader's funeral right here is a really, really dope one, especially from other angles.
And that's when you don't really see people do very often.
Yeah. No, it isn't. It really isn't.
For such a like pretty big scene, honestly. Like, you don't really see that.
Pivotal. And here's it lit up, man. That's nice. Sick, dude.
It's crazy.
That's just sick, man. Sean would love this. Shout out to Sean.
Illuminated fire is just one of my favorite things in Lego. Like, you can have explosions in your MOC that are lit up. Like, you got me. Like, you got me.
Dude, lighting is like, even this thing. I just love how it looks like the wind is really blowing those flames. Like
yeah.
That's just sick, man.
And that's another just really small build. Like, I say this all the time in the MOC showcase, but like, I'm just like, look, like this is something you can just put on like your desk or like on a shelf. Like, it looks just so captivating. I love builds like that.
That's sick. I could see this being like an actual diorama they'd put out too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I could totally see them doing that for the low price of $89.99.
Yeah, for
only $89.99. No, they
400 parts.
Yeah,
dude, I still haven't picked up any of the new dioramas. Well, Jay, we touched on a little bit before you came on because Firebird was saying how he's not big into the helmets, and I was like, that's kind of funny because it seems like that's a MOC builder thing to not like helmets. But like, in terms of the all the lighting on this one's really cool. Yeah.
So in terms of storytelling, I just love like the dude's rank course just died. I remember I imagine he just went straight to the freaking open mic night, just poured his heart out on stage.
Oh man, he had a bunch of he maybe even took some death sticks before, just feeling.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
See, that's the good simple storytelling, but even the lighting and everything. That's one thing I like that you do to Firebird is on your Instagram, like the pictures of your MOCs really like
Thanks, man.
make them look good. Oh yeah,
I appreciate it. It's a pain in the neck to set up that white backdrop with the lights every time, but I think it pays off.
It's worth it.
Oh, it pays off for sure. This one's pretty sick too, man. The snot technique.
Oh
Come on, man. This was a good mock showcase, Jay. Just
I love the Galactic Marines here.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
That they pop.
Those are dope. Lego, give us a battle pack like that. Give us a super battle droid again. Come on.
How about give us more than one battle pack a year? Oh my
That
god.
yep.
But no, let's get 3 mechs. Like,
Dude, don't even.
I don't even want to get into why we're
Nope.
mechs have infected everything. It's so ridiculous.
I have very strong feelings on Lego Star Wars right now, and
as you should.
I don't understand. I genuinely just like when they first kind of started. It really started in 2020 with the helmets.
The helmets.
But I think there's obviously, I guess, a place for helmets. There are a lot of people who really get off on that type of thing, and that's fine. But the fact that this like adult centric marketing and pandering is coming at the expense of what I feel should be like the core Lego Star Wars experience is just so disheartening. Like, and I challenge anyone to do this. Like, go to like your local Lego store and look at the Star Wars section. Like a good 70% of the boxes say 18 plus on them. Right. Like the average price of a Lego Star Wars set at this point has to be over $100, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And like there's maybe only 4 or 5 options that are under $40. And I just think about like all the trips I took to the toy store as a kid where my limit was $20. Like imagine being a kid now and like, hey, your limit's $20, go get a Star Wars set. Like, oh, I guess I'll get a battle pack and then that's it for the year. And I really do wonder, like 10 years from now, are there going to be people like me and you who have like fond Lego Star Wars memories as kids? Like people who, you know, got a set and built it and played with it and had fond memories, and then like later on in adulthood wanting to make it more seriously, like a more serious thing. Like, are the kids nowadays feeling that? Like, are they excited by Lego Star Wars sets? Do they have options? Like as a kid, how do you even begin to start trying to collect at this point? Like,
yeah,
I mean, but Lego's making tons of money right now, and that's great. That's fantastic. But I almost have to wonder, like, is it coming at the expense of like you know, people down the line? Because I think a lot of people now, you know, there's the new people who are getting into it, who maybe wouldn't have bought a Lego set before, but like a lot of the people are people who play with Lego in their childhood. And like, if you aren't kind of cultivating that, then I don't know, the future is it's interesting. I won't say it's, you know, it's in peril or anything right now, but I don't really see it now kind of being the way it used to be. Like, I don't really see Lego inspiring, at least with the Lego Star Wars line, you know, kids to come in and kind of expand their collection when at any given time there's only a couple of sets that are somewhat reasonably priced on shelves, and then like a dozen options for adults.
Yeah, it's rare that you see a good set around like $50 to $70. I feel like it happens sometimes, or even like $40. I don't know. Like, I think the Republic Fighter Tank is an example of like a good one for kids at 40.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, we need to see more of that kind of stuff and just more play sets in general, I think, because I'm in
more play sets and less $400 Hulkbusters or $500 Hulkbusters.
So I crunched the numbers so you guys don't have to.
Oh,
but I kind of went through, because for me it always, like, especially recently, it really felt like, man, like we're getting so few play sets and so more like adult sets. So I went through and I looked at, I counted like how many play sets were we getting before and how many are we getting now. So I went through and pretty much, like, I want to say, like, when they really started doing a lot of sets, I want to say maybe 2014 to like 2019, and 2019 especially, like 2018 and 2019, like we got so many Lego Star Wars play sets. They would do like around 31 play sets. For whatever reason, that was their magic number. They were consistently like hovering around 31. Which I mean, if there were like 3 waves a year, so like maybe averaging 10 sets per wave, like okay, like that worked. In 2020, like that's really when we started seeing kind of like the downshift. So I want to say it dropped to 20, which makes sense because we like basically in 2020, like they took out one of the 3 waves of play sets we got and just replaced it with all helmets. And then like I want to say 2021, it got down to like 14 or 15 play sets, which is crazy, like compared to the numbers that they were doing before. And now they're doing maybe a few more. They're like around 17, but basically like a third, like 33 to 40% of play sets are just missing now. And I think like what kind of like crazy things could we have gotten in this time if like the shift hadn't happened? You know, like if Lego was still making, you know, even 2 battle packs a year, like how many more cool figures would we have gotten, you know? But like when you have basically, it seems, you know, 5 sets a year that are guaranteed to have no figures, like I know it kind of hurts.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it honestly coming back into things in 2020. Like I had no idea that there were supposed to be so many play sets. So when I've gone back and bought stuff from like past waves, like I mean, I get a lot of Clone Wars stuff and whatnot. So I'm constantly buying things that were made like 2009 through 2012 or whatever it was. And just seeing the sheer quantity of like dope stuff that was being made then, I'm just like, wow, all of this came out like in the same year.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. There's this one picture I put in a recent video, and it's really telling. It was like the Lego Star Wars aisle and like I want to say 2015 compared to like the Lego Star Wars aisle now. It's night and day.
Yeah,
like there's like, you know, probably like 15 sets under $30 that you could get. Like where it'd be like, you know, 6 micro fighters, 4 battle packs. They were still doing, you know, many $25 sets at that point, which seems almost non-existent now. Like there were just so many options. There was sequel stuff, Clone Wars stuff, prequel stuff, original trilogy stuff, Rebels stuff from like the Yoda Chronicles, just like just so many things. Like if you were a fan, like you could go to a Lego store and there was going to be something there for you.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the case now.
Before the dark times, before the Empire.
No, that's legitimately what it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough when, I mean, you make a great point, Jay. Like yeah, they're probably making money off of everybody that are buying giant UCS sets. And as much as I like giant UCS sets, like I've built my Falcon, but I don't know where I'm gonna put my AT-AT. I don't know where I'm gonna put like the Star Destroyer. Like I'd love having these big sets, but like, dude, you gotta have some dedicated space for that. And that's why like it's so much easier to build a smaller set, enjoy it. You can keep it displayed if you want, but then it's also easier to like take it apart and put it in a bag somewhere. And it's like, it's so much more of a commitment, not because of the stuff being so expensive, but and Sean used to kind of give me crap for buying smaller sets. He's like, man, if you wouldn't have bought like $30 sets, then you could have went and got a girthy boy. You could have copped the, you know, whatever, any other big set. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, there's something charming about that.
Oh, dude, those 30 like that was the price point, man. Like whenever a wave would drop and there'd be like 3 or 4 $30 sets that came with good figures, a cool little build, like that was so much fun. I genuinely miss those days.
Yeah.
Dude, this is so great. So Palpatine's arrest. I'm trying to find a good image of it, but that to me is like, that's a really awesome play set.
Yep.
Oh, God, this thing is going for 700. Okay,
I saw it at my local Bricks and Minifigs the other day. They had a sealed one. It was like $850, and I was
like, so this $700 one is even less than that somehow. But yeah, that's just, dude.
I don't know what's more depressing, the Lego market or the Lego aftermarket at this point.
It's so bad, man. Like imagine having nothing and then coming in at 2020 and then being like, all right, now I got to get myself like a Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
Right. Or an
Like-
Asian Kolar or a Captain Rex or anything.
Yep.
Like it's dude, I'm so I do like a minifig selection series on my channel, and I don't know, like by some just fate, I decided to do it right at the right moment, because so many of the figures that I either got back in the day or that I've gotten since I started the series are just like 20 times the price that they were.
It's
when I
literally
first started.
insane.
Like
Mhm.
it's impossible now. Like if you're getting the Lego Star Wars now, unless you're just a millionaire, like there's no way. There's literally just no way.
I even look at stuff that I bought like late 2020, early 2021, and a lot of those figures that I've bought, like especially Jedi and stuff, they've
Oh, yeah.
doubled or tripled. It's
Yep.
crazy. Within the span of a year or year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, this is a set right here. I mean, they could literally re-release this piece for piece today, and it would sell. They could throw $100 on this thing.
Oh yeah.
So, what did this retail for? If you know, Jay, if you can remember.
I want to say it was $90. That's my.
Oh, okay, so that's not far off.
guess.
Maybe they would go like
I
120.
could be wrong.
They could get
Right.
real greedy and go like
120.
120. They
There's six
re-released
figs
it.
too.
You know what makes me sad about sets like this is, and here's you'll get my short diorama rant for the day, and then I'll
There you go.
keep it positive. Is I feel like the art of environment sets like this, like it's becoming Lego's becoming less and less incentivized to do it, because like, oh, we could make this an adult premium set
Right.
and charge like twice the price and make a
Yep.
lot more money off of it than if we just did it a small version of it.
And then,
And-
yeah. No, go ahead.
Like I want there is value in the dioramas, like for people who kind of want, I guess, a more detailed Lego set. Like, yes, I get it. Like there aren't terrible sets, they aren't bad sets at all, but I think like kind of, I guess, from a principled level, like I was perfectly happy with the $30 Dagobah set, but like now there's this $90 one, and like is a kid ever going to be able to get a Dagobah set again, or
Right.
are they going to have to shell out for the $9 one? Like all these iconic scenes that used to just be an easy $30-$40 set, like now it's like, oh well, we can make it a $90 set. We're making twice as much money off of it now, and
Because it's got a black border and it's a rectangle.
exactly, and it says 18+ on it.
Yeah. I feel like these types of sets too they're more conducive to encouraging kids to get into mock building, even because this is like something you could expand upon if you wanted to. You
Right.
know?
Oh yeah.
If you have this, and
The
you're like,
technical
oh, I want to
are
make
there
it
for you to
bigger.
do it.
Well, yeah, it's perfect for that. But like, yeah, with the new ones, it's like, all right, it's got a border. That it is
Yeah.
what it is.
That's I never thought about that, but yeah, there is like a definitive. This is where it stops.
Right.
Yeah. Well, even if you look at the last, we got a playset version of Death Star Final Duel, and now we're getting a diorama of that, and it's kind of.
Man, when you compare the playset to the diorama, it like, I think that's what is really telling, because we had like rumors like, oh, it's gonna be $100 diorama, and I'm like, oh, this will be interesting because this is the first time we're gonna see what like the $100 playset looks like versus the $100 diorama, and it's like I can't even put into words just how I think underwhelming the diorama looks compared to the playset.
Less figures, less parts too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, less part.
I didn't even
You get more of the like entire room. Like, sure, maybe it's less detail. You don't get this giant window thing, but there's just so much more that inspires play and creativity with the playset. Like,
Yeah. Grinds your gears.
No, I agree.
Lego search engine really is so bad.
You're trying to look it up right now.
Yes,
Well, dude, like-
Palpatine's Arrest, goated set. Very fortunate. I bought all the minifigs from this. Like, and I thought I paid a high price because I think for the Asian Kolar I paid maybe like $25, and that was like, I don't know about that. The Anakin from this set, like all the like pretty much every figure other than Kit Fisto from this set was like unique to the set at the time.
I think I paid $60 for my Agent Kolar, so
Even that's somehow a good price now.
yeah, no, it is, but it's like, it sucks though, because it's like there's certain MOCs you want to make, and it's like, all right, well, they made this figure once,
Right.
So here we go, I guess.
I wonder. Someone can. I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat knows, or we can. Someone can give their input now. But I do wonder, like, if you want for what is the single most expensive like Lego Star Wars scene, and let's keep it like reasonably sized. But like, given the characters involved, what's the most expensive scene that you could do, like, given how expensive figures are now?
Geonosis.
That's what I was just about to
That,
say.
yep, Geonosis Arena. That
Yeah,
battle
I
with
guess all the Jedis are there.
all the Jedi.
Very
Padme's
expensive.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, they could run up a
Anything
bill.
with clones, or that's gonna run it up.
Yeah.
Well, see, we have a full panel and full support of Clone Boys right now.
True.
Now that Sean is
Yeah.
gone, Sean thinks we're like crazy that like people want clones, but it's like, dude, if you just, I don't know, if you just look at how the clone stats sell, man, like they just sell quick. And I mean, I don't know, we'll see, come 2025 if maybe we'll finally get like a May 4th like Revenge of the Sith kind of set. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I was still screen sharing. Sorry, guys. Just leaving a goated setup on the screen.
I don't mind.
Acceptable.
Yeah, if there's one positive thing I think May the 4th, they like, for at least the GWP, they've gotten back to like the right direction.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was, oh my god, how many years? How many years?
I just
How
want
many
Like 4 years in a row.
Like, this set is so cool.
Oh yeah, like
And
that's what May the 4th should be.
Yes. And I mean, this is a kitchen in and of itself. So like, it's just begging for us to get a Dex's Diner, dude. I would be stoked.
True.
But anyways, so I forgot I had a mock ready to kind of showcase real quick.
We didn't get Jay's take on the state of MOCs and where they're headed yet.
Oh
yeah. Thank you for we're the kings of sidebars here, especially Sean, even when Sean's not around. Yeah, before we pull this up, yeah, so Jay, kind of give your take. I mean, I also kind of, in terms of like where you think it's going, but also like kind of your opinion of like the smaller scale stuff too. I think I asked you earlier, but I don't know if we fully touched on it, but like the small scale stuff versus the girthy ones.
Oh
the
yeah,
big boys.
So I'll say first thing I do want to say, this is a prediction. If Lego wants to keep in vein with the Lars Homestead set, I think if we could get a complimentary Skywalker Homestead set that has Shmi, Jar Jar, Anakin, and Qui-Gon and Padme sitting at a table in their house.
Dude.
I mean, I don't know if they'll include all those figures, but even just Shmi and C-3PO.
Shmi for
episode 1.
That'd be sick.
That would actually be freaking amazing.
That'd be cool.
Okay. So the state of Lego Star Wars MOCs. There's a couple MOC series that like I feel during kind of my off time I've been kind of keeping up with that give me hope, that make me excited. For one, I will say I love that like David's still doing his thing. Like if you're a MOC builder and you're making content, like I think he's kind of the one that gives us hope that we can take this to a huge level and make a living off of it. Because I think that's really kind of what we all want, right? Like we all want to be able to live a lifestyle where we can build MOCs and show them off, and that's basically what we can do for a living. So the fact that he's still out here on a roll, doing his thing, building Geonosis, I love that. And as long as that's like he's a prominent figure, I think I just also like seeing prominent figures who are MOC builders.
Yeah.
But kind of on the opposite side of that, there are a couple guys I think that are doing some really cool stuff. One of them is True Squadron. He's not like a small YouTuber by any means, but he's building a Kashyyyk right now that's looking really good.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I've been having a lot of fun watching his series. He gets so much progress done like in the weeks that he works. So it's a really fun and fulfilling series to watch if you guys aren't checking him out. Other side of that is but definitely a much smaller builder. His name is Catalyst Bricks. He's building like a feed palace, and he comes to Brick World like all the time. What did he brought? I forget what he goes to Virginia for sure. Maybe he doesn't go to Brick World. He goes to Virginia for sure. I'm not sure if he goes to Brick World. Either way, super talented builder. Him and a guy named Daniel Ross. Like they do a lot of collaborations, and every time they get together, like it's something special. So Catalyst Bricks on YouTube, definitely someone you guys want to look out for. And I mentioned these people just to kind of say like I love that people are still kind of going all in on the mock build series. Like that's what got me into this whole YouTube thing. Like I remember like it was yesterday, someone sent me a Chris Productions video, and it was him in his room building a giant Scarab Tower. And I was, of course, blown away by the build, but I was also just enamored by the fact that there is this huge YouTube community of people who want to see people building Lego Star Wars MOCs. So to see even at this point, people are still doing build series and, week to week showing all the awesome things you can, make in terms of Lego Star Wars layouts. Like that's the most fulfilling thing to me. That I love to sit down and watch those. It does so much for me to see things like that. And now that I know that my guy is building Christophsis over here, I can't wait to see where you take that, man. Best of luck. And if you need tips or anything, I'd be more than happy to help you in any which way. I'm not the Christophsis expert by any means, but I know.
So Jay, one more time, drop that that channel you were mentioning, so I could sub now and I won't forget.
Yeah, Catalyst Bricks. He's building the Feed Palace, and then True Squadron is building the Kashyyyk.
I'm assuming it's Catalyst with a C.
Yeah, Catalyst. It might be. I don't know if it's underscore. If you can't find it, I can drop a link in the stream.
I got you now.
All right, perfect.
Bang. All right. Anyways, so while we're still talking about MOCs for the time being, I have a MOC that we discussed a while back from a fella that has kind of dropped off a little bit. He did post a video a couple months ago of a finished MOC, but this thing right here, this was a Boba Fett's Palace MOC. Our friend Ryan from Monanow Productions did.
Ooh.
And this thing was just like a good size. Like it felt like, to me, it could have been like a Master Builders series kind of thing. And Ryan's like, he's like the most humble dude, but like he would be like, oh no, it's nothing. Like, but for someone that hasn't really been like mocking for like a super long time and everything, like this was sick. It was cool. I mean, even with all the minifigs set up, it like really kind of felt like the lifestyle images they put on Lego.com.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So to see all the figs and all the sweet B-roll and everything set up here was awesome.
And that is like, that's a talent to make those sets that are kind of comprehensive. I'm sorry, make MOCs that are comprehensive like that and can be convincing as like play sets. Like that's not easy at all. Like there's so many more, because when you build a MOC, you can basically just do whatever you want. Like, the space is for a lot of people unlimited, depending on how many pieces you have. But trying to like, have all these scenes together in a diorama that looks good on the outside and still has, all the space for the various amounts of like scenes you want to incorporate on the inside, like that takes a lot of work. So I always respect when people can pull something off like this that actually is pretty convincing as a Lego set.
Yeah, to me it really felt like
that's a pretty decent sized build. Like,
yeah,
don't let the camera fool you. I feel like every time I see a video of a MOC and then I see it in person, I'm like, oh, this is a lot larger than I thought it was.
Oh yeah, seeing MOCs in person that's why conventions are so just unreal, right? Like,
yeah,
you just like, there's no way to get a sense of scale for these builds. Like my Star Killer especially, like I spent more time with that build than anyone, and like I just was astounded by the size of it. Like it didn't make sense. Like literally, like it was the first MOC that I saw where I had to like actually stand far back to see the entire thing. Like if you were just up next to it, like you just could not get the entire thing in your like peripheral view. Like you would have to like go sit on the other side of the room to actually be able to see the entire thing.
That's
Thing
is
was
crazy.
nuts. And I remember the first time we had you on, Jay, I think it was like the 17th episode or somewhere around 20th episode of the show, the first time you came on, and I think you had about 500,000 views on that one, and I was like saying something along the lines of, "Oh, next time you come back, it'll be at 1 million," and it was. I was like, "Oh, just speaking some into existence." I believe it's sitting at 1.9. Right
Yeah,
now.
it's so close to 2 million. It's
Maybe
so close.
get a little 2 million on that boy. I'm sure it'll happen.
It'll happen.
Jeez.
It's inevitable.
Epic.
I'm so
Seems
glad the fact that a sequel mock in this climate
Yeah.
get almost 2 million views.
Yeah.
That gives me hope.
Well,
There's
it
so
helps.
many people still come to this video today. I used to get really irritated by the comments. Now I think now I can laugh about it. But the people who were just like, "Oh, cool mock," but The Force Awakens was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And I find that so I don't know why. Maybe someone can give me some insight, but I feel like you only ever hear that with the sequels for some reason. Like episode like the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones.
Here we go.
I'm not gonna go too hard on it. I'm just gonna say
No,
like,
it's fine. No.
like, they're generally accepted as not very good movies. But like no one goes to someone's Geonosis mock and's like, "Oh, Attack of the Clones sucked, but cool mock." It's specifically the sequel haters, and I don't really know why.
It's because it's the recent movies.
Yeah.
They aren't even that like it's been,
Yeah.
it's been a while. It's been a while. Force Awakens came out 8 years ago at this point. Like, get over it, guys.
I mean, maybe it'll be one of those things where it's like, with all the shows that are coming out and everything, they're gonna make 100% sense, and people will come around and like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Just like Clone Wars for the prequels.
Yeah, I would maybe think that for some kind of anniversary of The Force Awakens, they would do like a Kylo Ren helmet or something. Like,
Why would you say that?
oh yeah,
You didn't even sound
helmets.
confident when you said that.
Yeah, you're right.
I
I still
don't know.
think they could
I
do
guess.
that, but
Man, that's so weird. The Force Awakens 10-year anniversary is
It's
2
coming
years
up.
from now.
it's
Oh
coming-
my
Wow.
god,
It's coming
bro!
We're getting
Oh,
old, guys. We're getting old.
that literally still feels like a new movie to me. Like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah, it seems like it was just yesterday that the hype was just vamping up everywhere.
Oh yeah, it was
like-
dude.
It was like everywhere you went, there was just Force Awakens merch, literally everywhere.
I don't think people realize like how that's a lot of us probably won't experience that again. Unless Disney just says we don't want to do Star Wars anymore and they bring it back 30 years from now. Like we will never see anything like The Force Awakens again.
No, well, and I think the crazy thing about that is it was very reminiscent of the hype of the Phantom Menace in '99.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I feel like everybody was like, "This will never happen again." But then when Star Wars goes away for a while, people want what they can't have.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the difference though was at that point, like I think people were pretty convinced, like, oh, like these are the last 3 movies, right? With Disney, there's no foreseeable end in sight. Like unless something like it would have to be worst case scenario for Disney to like fumble the bag so hard to where we don't get Star Wars movies for like that long of a period. So I say I get what you mean, but I will say this one feels a little different just because it's Disney as opposed to just one guy doing everything on his own, basically.
Right.
Jay, as a fan of the sequels, I want your quick take on Stud's comment right here, talking about working on a Kylo Ren origin story type of thing. Does that pique your interest at all?
No.
So you like the sequels, but just not a big Kylo fan?
Oh, I love Kylo Ren. I got my first Hot Toys the other day. Oh, Kylo Ren's my favorite Star Wars villain. Like,
oh wow! But you don't want to see his origin story be told, or you've just seen enough of it?
Yeah, that's so. Here, I don't know. I seem to be in the minority for whatever reason with this, but like when I get something and it's good, I'm okay with just having that thing. Like I don't need every stone of Kylo Ren's life uncovered for me to appreciate him more. And I really do wish more Star Wars fans could take that approach, because it seems like people, and I think like that's why the original trilogy is pretty untouchable. Like I think for a lot of people, like there will never be anything that comes close to it, even if there are movies that are objectively better. But I think a part of the original trilogy that has helped with its mystique and value is the fact that, you know, after it, we didn't get like 100 TV shows with all those characters. We didn't get, you know, multiple movies with Han Solo. We didn't see everything about them. When we got those
Boba
movies,
Fett.
all we had was those movies and maybe some books if you were a really big fan. So that, and I think like it speaks to a bigger issue when it comes to the way they approach Star Wars nowadays. But like there is a such thing as like overexposure. Like when you keep putting your characters out there and showing more and more and more about them, that effectively like takes away from the imagination of the fan, because there's less to kind of envision. Like so many of the adventures we might have had when it came to these characters were the parts of them that we maybe didn't get to see. Like we had those thought processes where it was like, you know, how would this person kind of react in this situation given what the limited time I've seen of them in these movies. And I think that's part of like what made Boba Fett so interesting, and maybe even Darth Maul to an extent, the fact that we didn't see that much of them, so we could kind of fill in the blanks with, you know, kind of whatever we wanted, and that's what kind of gave them this almost cult following. Now, on the flip side, when you just see so much of everything all the time at various ages and various shows, everyone is everywhere doing everything all the time, it's just too much.
Sean's comment, it's like Boba went from badass to Barney in that series.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels weird to say, but yeah, he would have been so much. Boba Fett, especially to me, would feel so much better had they just kind of left him where he was and let kind of the fan base, you know, perpetuate the myth of him. It's kind of like, you know, it's funny. I'm gonna bring up a Last Jedi reference, like, because I think the Last Jedi deals a lot with like mythology and kind of what it's like for the characters to kind of uphold it. Like at the end of the day, like the myth is always going to do far more for the person than the person can ever do. Like the myth of Luke Skywalker is so much more powerful than the single entity of Luke Skywalker, because everything that the myth represents. And like once you kind of like put the person at the forefront and you kind of expose the person, like that's kind of where it kind of falls apart, because then you start seeing the flaws in the person, and the person's never going to live up to the myth essentially. So like if all you have is the myth to believe in and see, then that ultimately will inspire more than trotting out middle-aged Tamora Morrison to reprise his role as Boba Fett.
Shout out to Tamora Morrison though. I feel like he had a good time doing it, at least.
No, I'm sure he did.
Man.
Oh,
Shots
man.
fired.
Well, I mean, it's just like the Han Solo movie, man. Like I kind of like it, but it just kind of wasn't really the time, and not enough people really hyped about it.
Yeah, I always tell people I like the movie.
I like it. Yeah.
The thing that works the most against that movie, I feel, is that it's about Han Solo.
Yeah.
If it had just been like, a Star Wars story about a dude who did like what he did, like a spice runner, I think that like it would have a lot more longevity,
and there would be suspense. It's because like we know Han Solo is not going to die. We know where he ends up.
Right. Exactly. And yeah, there's all those things built into it as well.
Yeah,
because
it's like and the universe of Star Wars that's so big. It's like, is everybody related? It's like where all these stories connect. Like, I would love to see, and I know a lot of people bring up like, oh, they could just literally take the Knights of the Old Republic story and just put it on the big screen, and like I wouldn't be mad at that. But to your point, Jay, it's like I would love to see some kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque trilogy that was like about the ancient, literally exactly what you know Obi-Wan's talking about, where he's like, the Jedi Knights were guardians of peace and justice, like over 1,000 years ago. It's like, dude, show me over 1,000 years ago. Like that would be sick. I don't want to know any characters. I just want to see what happens.
I think we're gonna get some of that with Acolyte, though, right?
I hope it doesn't get canceled or like turned into like a series that they force in like characters that we know about. And
Yeah.
It's just like with the Kid Leia thing. Like I really hate that Obi-Wan wasn't a movie, because the fact that it wasn't a movie and it got kind of stretched into a series, it's like, well, let's add in, like, if Grogu wasn't enough, let's add in another cash grab and have a Kid Leia. Like,
you don't think that would have happened anyways?
They probably still would have had her in there, but hopefully she would only kind of like appear. Well, even in the show, every episode that came out, I was like, she's still sticking around, huh? Like, send her back to Alderaan, bro. Like,
okay. I do want to say in the chat, there's this argument that's been perpetuated for a while that Rian Johnson.
Oh God, that's Sean, by the way.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, Sean. I disagree so hard with that. Number one, the thing that ruined Solo was the lack of promotion for it. The fact that people didn't really want to see another Han Solo, and also it didn't help that Endgame happened a week before that movie came out. The fact that Episode 9 dropped and people like it still broke records in the box office, I think is all I need to know about whether or not people, quote unquote, hated Star Wars after The Last Jedi. Like, Solo had so much more working against it than The Last Jedi. And also, if you're someone who knows even the slightest about Star Wars, then you would understand that The Last Jedi literally has nothing to do with a Han Solo prequel story.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just think, man, before we get into, because guys, we could do a whole 2 hours on literally just Star Wars, of course, but I just think they should have had a cohesive plan throughout everything. Like the fact that they were like, J.J. Abrams, do whatever, Rian Johnson, do whatever, and then they had like 3 different directors for Episode 9 before they finally went back to JJ. But
so I was actually just thinking about this the other morning, because people like, oh, and also the fact that Solo didn't come out in December. Like, there's so many non-Last Jedi factors to Solo that had far more to do with it. Because if that's the case, then why did people show back up for Episode 9? The movie that is directly related to The Last Jedi. Anyways,
true.
The Last Jedi killed Star Wars so hard, that's why it made so much money. Like it's so easy to say that, but like
people still got to go find out what happens.
Well. And like box office wise, it did incredible.
Yeah, there's a lot of box office movies that did. I'm only saying this because I feel like this would be Sean's rebuttal. There's a lot of movies that broke records, but doesn't mean they were good. That's what Sean would say.
But did it
handling my inner Sean?
Did it kill Star Wars though?
I don't think it killed it, but I think it
might have made
taste, and a lot of
it might have made Disney afraid to do more movies and then give us like 8 TV series that we don't necessarily need, like Boba Fett and stuff.
So then why did Rise of Skywalker do well?
I wonder like.
I mean, yes, it was last in terms of revenue, but it didn't bomb. It didn't bomb like Solo did.
No, I think
if Last Jedi was like, if people were so turned off by it, like why did people still show up to see Episode 9?
Yeah, I mean,
you got to go watch it whether you're gonna like it or not.
Yeah, I had to know.
At that point,
I had to know what was gonna happen. Anyway, speaking of Star Wars, let's talk about a good Star Wars movie. Episode 3, Utapau. Hey,
yeah.
A good Star Wars. Oh my god.
Yep, top tier.
Jay, you don't like Episode 3?
So sad that I lived to see when it was like just widely accepted that the prequels are bad movies, and now I have to argue with people about it.
So, do you think, Jay, that people will come back in 10 years and look at the sequels? Like, will a more wide audience like accept the prequels the sequels?
Will they have a redemption arc?
That's what, yeah, basically. Because I feel like Sean thinks that'll happen. I don't know. I think it's hard to tell for me.
Great question. I don't know, honestly. Like, maybe. I mean, it just depends. Like, I don't think I really understand Star Wars fans at this point.
It's
'Cause
tough.
you
There's so
have-
many of us.
Yeah, and there's so many different types, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's people who are like, "Oh, Disney Star Wars is the worst," but are like fans of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Which, like, what does that even mean? Like? Is that not Disney Star Wars?
Yeah.
And there's like the Rogue One fans who are also like Disney Star Wars. Like what exactly? What is even Disney Star Wars at this point? I don't know. I have no idea.
I like
But,
Disney Star Wars when it doesn't suck. That's the problem. That they're just rushing stuff to get it out, or not giving stuff enough budget, or
Cash
I don't
grab.
know. It's just not put together well enough in a lot of cases. You can tell when they care and when they don't care quite as much on something.
That
You can tell they
airplane
care
why-
about the
though.
Mandalorian. They
That's
do care
why-
about it.
I think that's why the prequel, the fact that people talk about Disney Star Wars like, oh, Star Wars has never been rushed. There's never been a bad Star Wars project since the sequel. Like, that's what gets me. That's what really just like really. Like this stuff has never been planned. George Lucas didn't even have the scripts for episodes 2 or 3 ready like before they started filming. Like, Luke and Leia became siblings in episode 6 just because.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, there's a little bit of it's kind of the same thing with like J.K. Rowling. She like comes out with these story pieces like years later. It was like, oh, I was like this the whole time. I just didn't put it in any of the books.
It's always meant to be the yeah.
I just didn't put it in any of the books. But now I'm
There
just
was
telling
my
you that
original vision. I promise. Han Solo wasn't meant to shoot Greedo.
I feel like at this point though, with Star Wars, because it's got so much content, you have to plan. Like, it has to line up with everything. It's got to line up with the canon.
ooh, this custom printed Cody though. Holy cannoli.
That is an intense custom. Oh my god.
That is
Very,
crazy. Yeah. That thing
Some
is
wear
like,
to it.
yeah, dude, that thing is shout out to Coconut Studios. That thing's sick. Pretty dope. Oh, more ads. Far fetched.
Just running it up on ads tonight.
This stream has been brought to you by
Mini
Well,
ads.
guys. I feel like if there were any other MOCs we were going to talk about, I don't know if Jay, I think you can back me up on this, but or maybe I'll just ask you if you have a specific MOC, and maybe it'll be the one I'm thinking of. But do you have a specific MOC over the years, aside from all of your great ones, that stands out to you? One that's like, man, that's one that's going to go down in Star Wars MOC making history.
Oh, I know exactly.
You might know where I'm going.
I don't. Maybe. The first one,
Don't tell me. I'll pull it up, and then you can be like, "Oh, that's what I was thinking of."
okay. I feel like I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see how in sync we are.
We'll see, but I feel like it's an older one. It's an older.
I'll
one.
put it in the chat. Just don't look at the YouTube chat if you can not do that.
No, yeah, I won't. It is an old.
This
is
is
an old
it's not
MOC.
that old. It's kind of old, but it's not like.
It's not super old, but it's.
All right, let's see.
Hold on, I'm about to pull up the screen share real quick. Hold on.
Let's see. The suspense.
The suspense. Sorry, okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, sorry. I had to pause on a good spot. All right. Without looking at Jay's thing, let's see if we're in sync here. As a quote unquote old MOC, but we will see. We've got the 7 years old Kashyyyk.
Oh no, sorry.
Not what we were thinking.
Not at all.
Not in sync.
I mean, that's a classic MOC for sure, but
So, which one were you thinking of?
I was thinking of. I'm not even sure if you know this MOC. It's by a guy. His name is DMAC Lego. He built an indoor that is just astounding.
Is it documented on YouTube or just like pictures?
Yeah,
of
look up.
Instagram stuff?
There's a Beyond the Brick video of it. Let me.
Oh, sick.
BMAC Lego Beyond the Brick. If you've never like, yeah. So if you type in BMAC Lego Indoor Beyond the Brick, oh my god, have either of you guys seen this mock?
No.
I've not seen this one before, actually. Have not seen it.
Do a classic mock. How many years ago was this made?
That's just insane. I can never.
Oh, do you already have it pulled up? Oh, no, never mind. Hold on.
Oh, I think he got booted.
Did I?
No, Jhae.
Oh. He'll try to join back.
That's just insane, though. How much time and how huge that thing is.
Did he? Let's see. Wonder if Jay put that in the chat.
No, but there he is.
He said BMAC. Okay.
DMAC Lego.
DMAC?
Yeah, DMAC.
DMAC. Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties.
Okay.
Have you guys seen his indoor before?
No.
Nah.
Okay, I'd love to get the live reaction because it's it's one of those things. Like if you haven't seen it before, like
I'm ready.
You'll just be like, how is that even possible?
I know, Jay. Tell us, is Camino going to be an infamous mock?
Probably. I think Camino once it happens, it'll be hopefully. I'm not gonna make any assumptions here, but I mean I would hope so. I think it'll be very unique, like making like no one's ever done big domes for Camino and Lego before, so I would hope that would catch some eyes. And also like I mean I gotta put a giant squid droid on top of one of the domes, so that would be cool.
That's gonna be cool. I'm excited to see what you do with it. I think the dome thing is super intimidating because I was looking at trying to do the Umbaran Air Base and building those like massive rounded buildings, and the dome structure is like what put me off of deciding to do it because I was like, I don't think I'm experienced enough for this, and I don't know how I would make it work. So I'll try it again later, but not for now.
That was one of the reasons I picked Camino. I was like, I don't like. There's no obvious way to do this. Like, I'm really gonna have to think about it. And I think for me, I was like, this will really like push me as a builder.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like I really do take that into consideration when I build. I'm like, how can I like what can I commit myself to that'll like make me think and actually kind of put me outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, definitely.
So Jay, does Brick Fair Alabama 2018 sound right? Is that the
no, it's no. Am I looking? No, that's the video. Hold on. No, it wouldn't. No, he's.
Oh no, it's got to be this one. Huge. This is only a year ago. Huge Lego Star Wars indoor with 100,000 pieces.
No, it's called. It's from 2018. I can just drop the video in the thing.
Yeah.
It's DMAC. Yeah, DMAC Lego Beyond the Brick indoor. I dropped the link in the private chat.
Got you. Boom. I don't know how this one didn't like pull up when I was just searching that. My YouTube is bugging out. What is it doing?
It's because you're streaming.
Dude, what?
It's because you're allowing people to talk crap about the sequels.
Oh, yeah. I gotta shut that down.
It's coming to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, see what happens? Told you guys.
All right. I don't know why
I guess I will clarify. I don't I don't quote unquote like the sequels. I like episode 7 and 8. Episode 9 is right down with the prequels.
Okay, I fixed the problem. Hold on, say that again, Jay. What about 7, 8, and 9? Is
I would say I don't quote unquote like the sequels. I like episode 7 and 8. Episode 9 is down there with the prequels for me.
oh yeah,
Down there.
down there with the prequels.
What is redeeming about the prequels? Like,
Oh man,
Just everything.
Episode 3.
Get a love story. You get
what?
battles.
Episode 3 is by far the least enjoyable Star Wars movie to watch for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I think that's a hot take.
That's a very hot take. Very hot take, Jay. But hey, I mean,
Acceptable, but a hot take.
there's no like. It has just the worst battles. It has the
worst.
Oh yeah,
Jay, when you do your next intro, whenever your birthday comes around again, you can be like, I'm a guy that's what you're on 28, right? That's and you'll be 20. No, yeah, so you'll be like, I'm a guy that's 29. Revenge of the Sith really
Where
sucks.
am I? No, the next one will be 28.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, okay, yeah, the next one. I thought that's what I thought I was too far. Like, I'm a guy who's 28. Revenge of the Sith, I really hate.
Yep.
There it is.
I like episode 8 because I'm rich, boy, Jay. Okay, anyways, guys, here's the mock that we've been trying to get up on the freaking screen
Let's
for
go.
days.
I'm ready.
Sorry, guys. I suck. This is my first time I'm driving the boat here. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, I feel like I may have actually seen this Beyond the Brick video before. I wonder if is that just the UCS show?
That's a custom shuttle.
Oh,
So
dude,
here's some Lego lore. He
Yeah.
designed that years before the UCS one came out,
Wow.
and I'm
Oh,
pretty
that's
sure like
sick.
Lego used his design to make the UCS one.
Legendary.
dude,
That's
That-
crazy.
is what Sean would like to say. Girthy.
So go to 4:45 on the timestamp.
Oh, okay. Oh, don't tell me it's motorized, Jay.
It might be.
Don't tell me. Do not tell me this thing is motorized.
That thing is huge.
Don't.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
And he goes down. It has to. Look at that.
bro. Don't stop.
Uh,
That's dirty. That's insane. That's just like putting motors and stuff like that's just when your mocking is getting to a whole nother level. Like
That's just like
That's really cool.
that's so
like it's
dope.
like so many years later since he's done this, and I don't know how I would accomplish this.
Big old sheesh.
Oh wow.
Are we
It's
gonna get
still
landing
going.
gear dropping down?
You just might.
Bro. Quit it.
wow.
That's sick. And this is the crazy thing is this is like an indoor mock and we're all gushing on the shuttle.
Right. No, that's crazy.
Rest of the mock is insane. So many tiles.
Did he say how long it took him to make this?
So this is kind of a compilation thing. The AT-AT and the shuttle both, I believe, existed before he built this mock. So
Okay.
it's not like these were like, I guess, part of the build process. I don't think it can go fully down the video. I know he was having issues with the motor, but yes, it is motorized to go up and down, which is
That's cool.
insane.
Oh, dude.
He worked on it for a few years, like for sure.
This thing. I mean, that's just
Just
insane.
the way the angles below the platform
Yeah.
come together. He has like one of the best AT-ATs out there. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it does go all the way down. It just takes a while, but
That's sick though, dude.
yeah, no,
Like-
it's insane. Like
That's
that's next
incredible.
level.
It is.
I'm here looking at these trees too.
I know.
The
I wanna
trees look
say
really
that.
good too. Like he just killed it. Like this is one of my favorite mocks of all time. Like this thing is just gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll take a look back at the rest of this thing, man. I mean, this thing is That's the crazy thing is like that's not a UCS AT-AT.
No, that's his own custom.
And it's so much more tiled off.
That's custom
Custom
too.
ATSC as well. This guy, he does all his own custom ships. Like I'd say he's like a vehicle builder more than anything. I think him doing this was kind of like,
especially with how those legs don't look like they've been like doing deadlifts every day. Those legs are like skinny, like they should be. At least it looks like from this angle.
Oh, absolutely. That's key. Having the skinny legs on the AT-AT, I think that really sells the look.
The UCS one is just like a little swole, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just a little swole.
Yeah, and like the AT-AT is has like a motorized head. The head can turn, and like the lasers go like inwards and outwards. There's like lights on the inside. It's ridiculous. Like
this dude snapped
everything he builds is ridiculous.
And you have just nice little touch like that.
Yep.
Scene. God, man. This dude snapped on this one. This thing is sick. Oh, man. That's freaking awesome.
I'm really happy you hadn't seen this before. I love that.
Dude.
I love getting people's like reaction to this. Like once they see the show, it's just like, what? Like,
crazy.
How?
Like, I feel like maybe I feel like I have seen this, but it was like really quick, like 3 years ago. Just like in a black, like going through a rabbit hole of YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But dude, that was like before this had to have been like 2 or 3 years ago. Man, dude, like that's that AT-AT.
Yellow X in the chat asked if he made a Scarif AT-AT. I do not believe he did.
That's so sick, dude. Pretty dope.
Yeah, this guy's definitely one of those Flickr legends. Like,
yeah,
the throwback Flickr.
Got the downed tree right there. Ewoks checking it out, seeing what's up.
You can do this, Brent.
Yeah, maybe can make it look a lot worse. I love that kind of droopy tree back there, the like lime green looking one. Gotta love some foliage. Gotta love some foliage. Shout out to Behind the Brick, man. We've brought up a few of their videos today. They are very much the ESPN of the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When I met them at
showed it off in the video, but the boarding ramp on the Lambda is also motorized because why wouldn't it be?
Oh my God, exactly. God, dude, just killing the game. Crushing the game.
But yeah, in terms of what you were mentioning, like, you know, do I want, you know, Camino to be one of those, you know, famous staple MOCs?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to mention that, like, because I was like thinking about this the other day. Like, every time, you know, I put out a MOC update, like that's kind of the impression I guess that's the way I go about it. Like, I really feel like this is an opportunity to make history. It sounds maybe weird and overindulgent, but like that's how I look at it. Like every time I build something and put it out to the world, like this is something that will be around and will hopefully inspire people and something people will want to show their friends, you know, many years down the line. So like I think that's so cool. Like that's awesome. And anyone can do it. Like, you know, anyone can build something that I guess permeates throughout the time of Lego Star Wars. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
And the only MOC I haven't showed yet that I had on my list, and we might as well pull it up really quick while the builder himself is here.
Yo, let's go.
This is the beautiful Jhae. We've already had you on here and broken this thing down before, but I mean, while we're talking about MOCs, man, I mean, this thing. I mean, what a journey. I mean, the story behind this thing is as interesting as the build, man. Oh, here's Mr. Beast. Oh, hey, hello.
Oh, boy.
Jeez. Get out of here.
Yep, honey.
1.9 million. Jhae, that's insane. Obviously, I think that's by far your highest view count, right? I don't think you don't have.
You'd be surprised, but it isn't.
Really? So It's another mock finale then, right? That has more than
No, it's a video I released when I was like 11 years old.
that. Oh wow. The little wrestling stop motion.
No, not even that. It's called Monster Mutt Tribute. It's from this old Monster Truck video game I used to play.
Oh, okay, sick.
Oh yeah, Squidman already knows what's up.
So
I miss this stage so much. Like, I know there was no way for me to keep it, but I wish there was a way for me to have kept it.
Yeah, where you gonna put that?
Setup is just so cool.
I don't think I'd
So,
be able
Jay,
to
do
like
you still
take that
have all
apart.
the parts for this? Like, did you keep everything? All the
Oh,
pieces?
well, I mean, all the vehicles I kept intact, but the like mock itself has been long disassembled.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, like you got all the parts in storage.
Oh, the pieces. Oh yeah.
That's a lot of good pieces right there.
Yes, it is. A lot of grays.
Oh
A
yeah.
lot of this mock was honestly the culmination of a lot of other mocks that put me in a position to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because like when I started out, me and my buddy, we did Scarif. So we had a bunch of dark gray from the big citadel that we built.
Mhm.
And then we jumped into crate. So we had some dark gray for the mountains, but we also had to get a lot of like white slopes for the mountains as well as like white tiles for the snow. So that gave
Yeah.
me a lot of like dark grays and a lot of whites and a lot of like mountainy pieces. So you can see this already setting the seeds for Star Killer.
Yeah.
And then I did Bardos, which was pretty much exclusively light and dark gray. So that just gave me even more like grays for the exterior and interior of Star Killer. So by the time I did Star Killer, like I was set for a pretty good ways into the mock. Like there was still some like little specific pieces I needed in bulk, but like
Sure.
in terms of all the large structures I had to build, like I was pretty set.
That's crazy. I was talking with Coconut recently, and he was saying that his strategy is kind of like, with building these large mocks, you kind of slowly work your way up into bigger and bigger builds, and you just utilize pieces from all these other past mocks. It sounds like that's exactly what you've done, because he was telling me like in Coruscant, he's got parts from Utapau and Cato Nemoidia and all these other things. It's just you take them apart and you're recycling and reusing all these pieces over time.
Absolutely. Another pro tip, if you're building like big in any discernible way and you're having to buy filler anyways, buy filler in a useful color for down the line. Like that was my big thing when I first started out. Like I didn't I wanted to do like the pod race. That was the first mock I kind of committed to. I didn't finish, but I was always buying filler in like grays and blacks because I was like, these are just useful Star Wars colors. And at that point, I was like, I'm gonna do a Mustafar at some point. So I was like, these colors make sense to get in bulk. So
that makes sense. Yeah, I did that with. I needed some filler. I started buying white filler brick because I knew I wanted to do that Hoth build, and it paid off really well.
There you go.
Shout out to Gabriel showing some love for Jay. Said he got to see his bad boy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Gabriel. He was apparently at Rodeo. That's freaking awesome.
That's awesome.
There's a small subset of the world who got to see this mock in person, and I hope they consider it a special experience.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah, this thing's legendary. I don't know, crate. You mentioned doing crate, Jay. That's nostalgic for me because that's like literally the first time I ever discovered any of your stuff. I was just scrolling through one day and it popped up. And
was it already completed or was it like in?
Yeah, it
in
was
the
like
process?
it was the finale, like the showcase.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yep, that was the first time I ever ran across the Rich Boy J video. And then since then I've been a boyo. What can I say?
Let's go.
Certified member of the Boyo Lounge. Hey, the Boyo Lounge is
longer at this point.
right. The Boyo Lounge should be the mock we're all talking about. To be real.
Oh, the Boyo Lounge is everything. Especially the most recent one. I had so much fun.
Are you keeping that one together forever?
Nah, I kept all the like what you call it? All the what's I gonna say? The
like
arcade games. I kept all the arcade games together, so I still have all those. They're still literally on my shelf right now.
He's like, there's too many pieces in there that are valuable. For other things.
Yeah, and also it's just kind of it wasn't really meant to like be stored anywhere, like display well. It was just a thing I made for the video.
This cannon is insane.
I do still have that. I have one of them. I sold one of them to Jamie
sick.
Brick Fanatic. He literally just bought the top of the cannon. Literally at
That's
Brick
hilarious.
Fair, which is the last time I showed this off. But I did keep one of those. So I have some pretty good stuff from this mock still intact. Like, of course, I kept the Snoke, of course.
Yep.
I kept the 3 red banners. I want to like make like a, I don't know, like I don't want to say frame it, but at least put them on the wall or something. I think that'd
The
be cool.
Snoke is the sickest part, dude.
I love just how many reactions that got. Like, I think people weren't really I think people just didn't really expect to see that.
Yeah. Dude, I love the Mickey chilling.
Oh yeah.
It's great.
So the original plan for that scene, I was gonna give him like a cardboard box, and right next to him supposed to be like a trash chute. And on the box,
Yeah.
I was gonna write George Lucas sequel ideas, and he'd be like throwing it away, but just didn't get around to it.
That's funny. That's sick. I like that. Phasma chilling.
There's some fun stuff in there.
Bulio.
Yeah, I put Bulio's head is in there.
Shout out to Bulio.
For real.
You know, that's episode 9 might kind of suck, but at least it gave us Bulio and Babu Frick.
Yes. And Claude.
Claude, bro. Yes. Dude, that's so crazy because like I forget what other like YouTuber it's just like I don't think it's a Lego YouTuber, but it's just like I don't know, some other YouTuber that was talking about Star Wars stuff, and like Claude is like a big deal, like a theme in his like chats or whatever. Just kind of like how Tyler from Life Bricks is like loving Babu Frick. Like every time someone gives a dono, he has like a plushie that has like the voice box in it.
Oh, nice.
God, I love it. Bulio, dude. Freaking love.
R.I.P. in peace.
R.I.P. man. The dude got snatched up by Kylo. Got snatched up. Now this TIE fighter in here, Jay, that's definitely not that's way too tiled off to be a set. That's the
Jarek design from Brick Vault.
Oh crap.
Shout out to them. They sent me the designs for those for free.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
it's so round, like the cockpit is so like rounded off and polished looking. The whole thing's very polished.
Beautiful mock. I love that thing.
Yeah,
I had to build like 6? No, I want to say 6 of that. 6 of those for this build.
Yeah.
I kept 2, sold the rest. There are a lot of people. I was surprised. Like literally, it was like a freaking yard sale. Like once I was at Virginia and I was taking this mock down for the last time. People just wanted to buy pieces of it just to like say they had something from Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
I would have done that.
I was selling just weird stuff from it. It was hilarious. Like the little flags that are on the stage area.
Yeah. I'd have been one of those people. I'd have been like, can I have the Phasma just because I know it's from this?
See, after you're done Camino, you just got to
thing
throw
we
up like one of those domes up on eBay and see how much it goes for.
One cool thing I got from my friend Aaron, he bought one of the TIE fighters from me, but he had all the people at the convention sign the wings since they're white. And I thought that was really good. I actually had like
That's cool.
one of the ones I kept, I had people sign mine too. So it's a cool little memento. This is for sure one of my favorite rooms. Everyone always jokes with me in this video. Like every other room is like, oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. I really love this room. There's a lot to love, you know.
Oh my god!
I feel like I spent so much time with all of this. Like I just distinctly remember assembling all these pieces.
Oh yeah.
Well, dude, the whole story behind it is just like sick. Like just the chaos.
Oh yeah.
Wiring, like soldering lighting kits, like in the middle of the night.
Oh, dude, that
having to borrow extension cords from other people, like
dude,
all the story tidbits.
Very much like I got so much help at the convention to make this become a reality, and the fact that this video even happened is a miracle, which is weird to think. I remember like I wanted to film my own video, and like my camera died. And the convention was like basically over, so like I couldn't just like go home, grab my like charger, and come back. Like it was time to pack up. But David was there, and he was like, okay, like we got to record something now because I got to get to my flight because he was leaving that day. So we're like, okay, like let's do it, and recorded almost this entire video in one take. Outside of like the kid who interrupts us right in the middle of this. And yeah, it just happened to be my most viewed video. Oh, what is the most replayed part of this video?
I think it's right here. Like, yep, the Snoke right here, which doesn't surprise me.
That's not surprising, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part. It's right after this, right?
Man, that trench is ridiculous. Oh yeah, I got the spoiler room. I remember when I dropped this video, I had like the thumbnail with like, so for the thumbnail, I actually had a bunch of rays in the capsules and like the Emperor kind of standing in front. Just as a joke, like, I just thought it was funny, and like the dozen of the first comments were like, "Bro, is this a spoiler for episode 9?" Because it hadn't come out yet. And I was like, "Oh God, I hope not."
That's funny, dude.
I almost kept this present. I fully intended to keep this intact, but it just got destroyed like in my mom's car on the way home. So RIP. But I did really want to keep that section because that actually was really cool, and it was like modular. Like I could pick it up and move it around.
Yeah,
so that kind of sucked.
Mini kits, love that. Little things, man. It's the little things. In a mock this big, it's still the little things.
Oh yeah, that was a little flex putting the Finch Gallo in the prison.
Sick.
There's also a recognizable person serving the food there.
Is that a
Jedi bomb?
Okay, that's what I thought. Dude, the lighting, man. The lighting is like, that's something. Oh shit, that's something I really like want to try to attempt when I get into MOCs is lighting. Yeah, man.
Oh, it's a game changer.
It's yeah. It definitely changes the way you think about things too, because you got to run all these wires and everything and make it look good. I just started trying it out recently, and I'm gonna do it for my Christophsis build, which is gonna be a challenge, but I'm excited for it. It definitely levels things up.
Those stairs are sick too, by the way, Jay. I think like so much of the attention goes to the Snoke. Like just the stair.
Oh yeah, his little podium thing he's on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, getting those the curved tiles in there was a process.
And just the cracks. These are all held in with clips, I think you said before, right? All these cracks.
Yeah.
Like,
oh God.
Looking
at this gives me anxiety.
For how much?
Yeah, I basically had to rebuild like this entire room at the convention because it did not transport well at all.
It's haunted by it now.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it was barely held together. Like any slight move could just have ended all of this, but it ended up working out. Also, small detail, like up in the back before, like above the rocks, there's that light that's supposed to be the projector that's emitting Snoke.
That's dope. I guess I never put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, oh, it's lighting so we can see, but it's also the hologram. That's sick. Super dope. I liked The Force Awakens. I saw it like 7 times in theaters.
Oh, same here. Oh my God.
The hype was just ridiculous.
Go to the Jar Jar hallway. I just want to see it again. It's been a while.
We already went past it, or we're
no, it's after this. It'll. I don't know if you were gonna skip over it, but it's. Oh, at the weight room as well. That was fun. So many rooms. Oh, that hallway was fun. Oh my God.
This hallway right here.
Yeah,
what a dope angle that is.
He's like, oh God, we gotta take the other hallway. Kylo's throwing a temper tantrum.
Dude, I love I like the First Order Stormtroopers, like in Lego. Like I just think they look good.
They look so clean. I love it.
They really do. They really do. All right, Jar Jar hallway. I forget if that's.
Oh, here you gotta show the bathroom first, apparently.
Oh, that's sick. There's Finn in there doing his work, you know.
Sanitation.
Just another day at work for Finn, you know. Sorry, Chad, I'm ignoring you or looking at MOCs. But hey, that's the theme of the episode. So
It was really nice to like be able to capture all the scenes from
There we
Starkiller.
go.
Basically, like there was basically
Jar
nothing
Jar, bro.
from that. There's basically like nothing from that entire sequence of the film that I didn't build, which
Right.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
dude. The Jar Jar, just, you know, helping Finn out, giving him a hand.
Yeah.
Giving him some
That was so fun.
sanitation assistance.
The bomb bad bounty.
It's dope. when are we gonna get a Jar Jar brickheads, man? Or just a Jar Jar figure again.
It's been so long, which feels weird to say, because Jar Jar used to be one of those figures I felt they just put out all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
it's been basically since like 2015.
Dang.
I love just the little mini kit on top. It's like
Oh,
for a
yeah.
split second I looked at that and I'm like, how am I gonna get there? And I'm like, oh wait a minute. The treacherous bridge scene, Chewie. Oh man, my heart's breaking. My heart's breaking for Chewie, man.
Same.
See, like people were like, "Oh, it says, even the little thermal detonators, man. Ah, dude, it's so sick."
I'm glad you noticed that.
Just like it's the little. It's you could have the biggest mock in the world, and it still comes down to like the little things. I love it, man. The little thermal detonators.
It's like 100 MOCs in one.
It literally is. Like
Basically.
I don't think people really understood. Like this was, I think this kind of took large scale builds to another level because it's like multiple large scale builds kind of all together.
You just getting mopped up. That's awesome.
It was supposed to be a reference to that Robot Chicken scene when the guy like is constantly like the janitor's like dealing with all the people who fall in the holes.
Right. And even all the way down to this, man. See, what would have been crazy, Jay, is like if you were able to incorporate like a moving feature to where the
Dude, that was the
earth
plan.
cracks. I was gonna say, I'm sure you thought of it.
Oh yeah, no, this was basically like we just ran out of time.
Yeah.
This is the part of the mock that I had the least to do with. Like the trees I kind of designed, but a lot of other people like assembled them for me because we needed so many. And David pretty much did all the detail in the forest. Like by this point, like we were just trying to get the rest. Like it was supposed to be a lot longer too. Like there was going to be basically like another row of base plates like between that building and the forest just to kind of give it some more space. But
right,
we had to truncate it.
Dude, so dope. And then like, could you imagine if you had time to like make it where like the land splits and then you had like a falcon pop up?
What I wanted to basically have the land split and then like reveal some like lava with lights underneath it. That was the goal. And that's probably a mock I'll still do just for my own personal collection.
Yeah, that would be a sick mock like in and of itself.
I'm just glad even with all the crap we went through that this mock came together and I got to make a video because there were a lot of odds against us. There were so many moments of like where I was like, this might just not happen. And this is the mock you don't want to settle on, right? You put so much effort into making this comprehensive like thing, and it's like you want to see it all the way through. I had so many ideas, like, and there were still things that ended up having to get cut out, but like, you know, you just wanted to see it all come together. So
I love how all of us are like, you know, listening to Jay talk about his mock and we're like gushing about his mock, and then meanwhile people are in the chat like Kathleen Kennedy.
Some things never change.
No, man. Guys, wow. Jay, man, that was really cool for you to pop in, especially to get like a live in person mock showcase for you to talk about some of Firebird stuff, man. That was sick, man.
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure.
Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, well, it's awesome to have, because me and Max, we're not really making MOCs anytime soon.
We're not creative enough.
Bruh.
Max, are you gonna do MOCs one day? Because I really do, and I don't want to be one of those guys that's like says they're gonna do something a million times and never does it. But
I mean, eventually, I think I want to do one, but I don't see myself doing more than maybe 3 or 5. Like, I just don't have the
just get a couple out of
creative
your
mind
system.
or time.
Yeah.
If you've built sets, you can build MOCs. I think. I mean, you
Yeah.
learn the building techniques through building sets and everything, and then
Yeah.
Absolutely.
just try it out.
Well, because for me, I'm a drive away from Chicago, so I think it would just be cool to just bring something like, I don't know, like 2 base plates,
Yeah.
maybe 4 base plates total. It'd be sick, but
No, that'd be
Absolutely.
dope.
so.
Do it.
But damn, guys, time flies when you're having fun. It's getting late. Shout out to the chat though. Still 40 you guys sticking around. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Shout out to everyone that's going to be watching this on Replay Gang. I have not shouted out the Replay Gang once, but hey, for you guys watching this tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, we appreciate you. Thanks for bearing with me. The panel as well as the chat, all you guys. It's my first time actually having a legit setup and doing all this stuff. So thanks for bearing with me as I learn the ways of the Force. So, but yeah, yeah. Obviously, guys. Usually we do like a weekly pickups thing, and like I think we had a hot list prepared. I guess we could save that until next week. We didn't really talk about the new dioramas coming out that much.
They're not good. There you go.
What
There
what,
it is.
what do you,
So, yeah,
what do you
they
think,
sum it
Firebird?
up.
Are you excited about either one? The final build or the
I don't
No.
know. I will get the Endor one for the figs eventually at some point.
yeah?
That's about it,
That
honestly.
seems to be the consensus. I'll get one of them for the. I will. Okay, I'll say the thing I am most excited about for all the sets for either set is Luke's new hair.
Hair.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bricklink that thing.
There you go.
Yeah. What if?
Bro,
Okay,
the
I
price
have a
on that
theory.
Endor set though, like that. Oh my, like, bro, $80 for a couple of trees,
The trees
Endor's
look
gonna
whack
be
too,
80?
honestly.
That's crazy, dude.
bruh.
$80. Giovanni says he's buying Throne Room day 1. I gotta say, I'm waiting for $80 instead of 100.
Maybe more than that.
Squid Man, we touched on the new Jedi Temple. Oh, I don't think Jay was in here when we talked about the Jedi Temple. Jay, I know it's a 4+ set.
It's
not-
very cute. Big fan.
It's got charm, right? It's got
Yeah.
charm. It's a play set. It's 4+, but it's got
The
charm.
first time they've done anything with the Jedi Temple.
Exactly. Could you? Oh man.
It
you
is
imagine-
weird. The Jedi, like 4+ was the first to touch Yavin, and now they're the first to touch the Jedi Temple.
That's right. Wow.
They're very progressive.
It's a different team. There's a special
Baby
people doing
steps,
4+
baby
sets. Yeah.
The true fans are designing the 4+ sets.
Dude, Darth's getting Temple day 1. He doesn't even care if it's $40.
That's what's up. That's based.
He don't even care. All right, guys. Well, like I said, I think we'll save our hot list for next week. I know we were gonna do weekly pickups. I know I showed it earlier, but flexing that early find. Shout out to Coles
What'd you get?
for the up house. I got like
Oh,
5.
cute.
I got like 5 days ago at Coles. So
Bro,
pretty stoked.
Cole's in the clutch once more.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them because my friend Jesse, dude, he's got shout out to my buddy Jesse. He has literally like a giant calf tattoo of the up house, like right on his leg, with like
dang.
crap ton of balloons.
Dang.
His tattoo has more balloons on it than this set. I think
Oh,
like,
wow.
No surprise there.
yeah, Macro or somebody like last week was like, no, I think Macro just commented on my post on Instagram. He's like, yeah, that up house needs about twice as many more balloons or something. Which, yeah, it could use some more, but who knows? Obviously, kids are going to be playing with that thing. If they doubled up the balloon count, it'd be hard to keep them intact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, chat, I'm looking for the music. Where it be? Here it is. Oh, Jay's muted. I want to tell him bye before we wrap. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to add, guys. Follow Firebird Bricks. Follow Rich Boy Jay. Follow West Coast Bricks. Don't follow me.
I didn't know I was muted. My bad.
It's all good. Yeah, guys. Follow Rich Boy Jay. Follow Firebird. Subscribe to West Coast Bricks. Don't subscribe to me because I don't make videos anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I got stuff. I got videos that I
Eventually
need to put out. I'm lazy, but I got some. I don't even want to talk about it. I got vlogs from Brickworld Chicago 2022 that need to go up before 2023.
So much for that hype video. Maybe we should
re-release
that.
Re-release the hype video and be like, I know what I said before, but they're really coming this time. All right, guys. I don't know if there's anything else y'all want to add, but I know it's getting late. Golly, yeah, we're nearing 3 hours, boys. Thanks for bearing with us, y'all.
Yep.
All right, guys. So there's nothing else anybody wants to add. Cue that little outro, maybe. Here it goes. There it goes. All right. And again, I'll do my best to be fun. But, guys, for myself, Brent's Bricks, a.k.a. Sean, the right way. For our good buddy Max from West Coast Bricks. For Caleb, a.k.a. Firebird Bricks. Thanks for coming on, man, doing a little mock talk. And surprise guest, Rich Boy Jay. Thanks for popping on and giving us some live reactions. Little exclusive news also for the up-and-coming mocks for Brickworld Chicago. But this has been... Sean usually lets it ride out, but sometimes when he lets it ride out, it's kind of weird, and I'm left just sitting here, bobbing my head. But this has... Oh, no, nobody made fun of Max's hat. He's still born with horns, by the way. Sean always rips on him for that hat. But anyways, this has been a couple of brickheads. We'll see you guys next week for episode 84.